stream on 720, but I'm recording in 1080 here on the other sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's just something I like to do. I like to stream, and I definitely like to edit stuff. Not everybody's gonna come back and watch 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever. So
I know. What the fuck? Where's my controller?
uh-oh.
It won't let me. It's let me pick my team, but it's not let me.
So what have you
Okay, there.
been what have you been playing lately?
Me? Just off and on. Like I'll hop on MLB The Show every now and again.
Man, how is that? The
Um,
graphics look pretty nice on
I
it.
I like it. It's tough hitting the ball. It's a fucking son of a bitch hitting the ball. But I'm
Oh
really
man.
good as a pitcher on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but other than that, just kind of like watching movies, man. Like I don't really play games as much anymore, but it's only because of all the shit going on. But stuff's starting to look up and go away. So,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
are you light or dark uniforms?
Oh, my bad. Let me see. You want me to go dark?
If you don't mind, because I like
Okay.
to use my white uniform for the Bears,
Okay, okay.
but it doesn't matter to me. Like it's whatever you want to do. I just love the white uniform. It's like my favorite. Come on. It's moving slow for me, so hang on.
That's alright. I'm over here pressing buttons anyways. So, man, who all did y'all get in the draft other than a nice little quarterback?
We got two solid O linemen. We traded up to get Tevin Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
And then we picked up a receiver and we picked up a corner. So we pretty much got all our pieces we need. And then we got another running back. I don't know why, but I think it might be because just for a little bit more depth.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. Is your stream still going on or no?
I stopped it, thought about something, went back to 720. So I'm gonna record in 1080. I'm doing 720. And what I figured out was I was in the middle of an update, but my son came in here and clicked on all this bit rate and all this other stuff. So everything's jacked up. So
Okay.
I'm gonna break it down and edit it. So we'll see. We'll
No,
see.
I meant more so if you have your stream still going because it said it ended for me, but I don't even watch it anyways. I'm just saying because it said it ended and you said you were going back on.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's back on. You probably missed it when you were doing the uniforms.
And I'm gonna turn my phone off because I don't like to stream snipe people.
But that's an issue that I noticed. I didn't really have that issue until I started switching over to the Xbox. A lot of people used to always tune in and get my stream notifications on the PS4, like whenever I streamed live on the PS4. But whenever I'm on the Series X or S or streaming off the computer, people are like, "Oh, bro, I didn't know you were live. I got a notification that your live just ended." I'm like, "What?"
Huh? That's
But
really weird.
I wish on the Xbox. Let me see. AP, can you hear Sean? Pretty sure he can. I just want to make sure.
I just gotta
Oh, you need to get your adjust. My
reset.
bad.
Yeah, just finishing up. No, it's all good. Uh, I just play like how I do online. Like if somebody call it, or if I have to do my adjustments, I do my timeout. I don't need timeouts in the first, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Whew, the Bears for me are a scary team to play, man. Its defense is nothing to play around with. Jesus.
It all depends on how people use them.
Y'all used to have this real fast receiver last year. Who was it?
Last year it
Yeah.
was Ted, or no, the fastest receiver we've ever had on our team is Ted Ginn, but like we got rid of him because he wasn't really much of a help.
He wasn't catching or
He was
getting open.
He was more of our return
Oh, yeah, yeah.
specialist. But then like he started just whiffing balls, and like we just got fed up and cut him.
Man, I don't know who. There's a guy. I was in a franchise league, and this guy was almost as fast as Tyreek Hill. I have no idea who he was, but he was running some meta, some glitchy type stuff, and
Why did
uh,
my guy just randomly fall down?
I think we got a sniper on the roof.
He literally just randomly fell down. I was cutting a corner and then he just fell.
I'm thinking Madden might be getting more realistic. That might have been an ACL tear because there's no contact.
What was it? Which Madden was it that they had they were just ridiculous with injuries. No, no, I'm talking like the game, the series of the game, like Madden something, Madden 12 or something like that, where like everybody got injured so easily.
Hmm. Was it 17?
Maybe or
I did.
18 or not.
Yeah, I want to say it
18.
was between 16 and 18. Who was on the cover of 16? Odell, or was that 15?
Odell was 16, I think.
Nah, it wasn't the one with Odell. I got a case here with all my Maddens, and I'm gonna see who was on 17 and see if that was it. I want to say, is that the one that had Gronkowski? No, why'd he stop running? All right, let's see, let's see. I don't know which one it is. All right, Richard Sherman was on 15. Odell was on 16. Uh, Brady was on 18. I don't know who was on 17. Oh, I'd had 17 digitally on the Ps4.
I can't remember who was on 17.
So Sean, do you do a lot of head-to-head regs? What do you do on Madden?
I only really do regs. Like I don't really play much with MUT. Like I tried it for a while, but then I got really fed up with it because for me, like you'll hear the argument the other way around with
Yeah, yeah,
people that how they feel about regs, but with MUT for me it's like this is the same shit over and over again. I'm like some dude like has the same lineup because those cards are popular right now or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And also like I'm like I can't put the money into this. I had to stop. I was like I don't want to
Whoo,
spend
whoo.
money on this. It's fucking it got stupid. Like I didn't spend money on it to begin with, but I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
You're gonna
when you
give it a
start
try or something, yeah.
yeah, when you start playing these people that like
And
yeah,
that's
when you start playing
that's what
oh
I
go ahead.
was thinking. If I was gonna do MUT, I didn't want to do MUT to pay. I wanted to actually see what I could do. And man, I just don't know how these people get these cards and stuff. I asked a lot of people who took a year off of MUT. So what made you take a year off of MUT and all you've done is play MUT? They're like, dude, I spent a lot of money last year. They couldn't even give me a figure, a ballpark. They're like, dude, I spent a lot of money last year. I'm thinking a couple thousand, couple hundred. I'm scared. I'm like, whew, he couldn't even tell me numbers. And that's just something that I don't want to invest in. Imagine spending all this money, you know what I'm saying? You're still not good, or you don't have you're not winning the way you want to win. And that's
Hmm.
that's the reason why I personally don't want to do my, although I said I was going to do it next year, is because I see so many issues with regs, so many issues with this. I'm like, why am I going to pay more money and feed it into Madden or EA when I want them to fix regs?
Yeah, like you got to make a stand somewhere, but the people that they don't play regs, so they don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dre Slay! You loading up today, Dre, or you just tuning in? Dre is a funny guy, man. He is,
what's going on, Dre?
and he's consistent too, man. Whew, I had just got back to being consistent, man. People were calling in at work. This person went here. This person took vacation. This person, I said, look, man, y'all gonna make my YouTubers mad, but I'll pick up some shifts. But I'm gonna need some days off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some days off, and I hate missing days, especially if it's a day because I'm at. Ooh, is that court?
Bring it for the tuggy.
Ooh, oh, just hit shock, y'all. Just hit me that he scored. And look, man, this is what I was talking about. Now, this is on, special teams. We can't control special teams, but this is what happens with the defense with the Cowboys, man. We just need somebody out there with a little speed, little common sense. But shout out to Cordell, man. He's out here returning stuff like that for the Bears, man. I was a big Devin Hester fan, man. I was like, Jesus
Man, they got
Christ.
rid of him. They got rid of him, and that pisses me off.
Well, hey, this is a true story. I think this is '06. I'm probably off. What year was it that they played the Colts in the Super Bowl?
20, fuck, 2006 or 7, maybe?
I'm gonna guess it was six.
Maybe, maybe 2005?
Now, at the time, it was my girlfriend. Now it's my wife. I had just left her house. I said, "Look, I gotta watch this Super Bowl. Let me pack up and go. I'm headed back to Cujo Nation." I
Mm-hmm.
get back. I'm like 7-0. What happened? The game just started. I had missed all the instant replays and stuff like that. Seen him patting up Hester on the back. I said, man, don't tell me he returned the kick and I missed it. That's historic.
Oh, I was happier than a pig in shit, man. I was
To
so
start
happy.
off a Super Bowl like that, like,
Yeah, that was such a promise. And then next thing you know, Rex Grossman went and fucked it away. Pardon my language if you don't have swearing in
oh no, that's fine.
your.
Oh
I don't know if you have
man.
swearing in your YouTube videos or whatnot, but
So what has happened since then? Y'all got to the Super Bowl. Oh, true story, man. Hey, so y'all had Lovey Smith back then. My, let me see. This is my second girlfriend actually. Was his niece. She stays in Texas. Her name was Angie Smith. His name is Lovey Smith. And I was like, that's not your uncle. She sent me all these pictures at the games and this, and that. I said, oh man. Hey, true story. My dad stays in Chicago. So my mom's side stays in Texas, and all my dad's side stays in Chicago.
all
I
right
like
on.
I like Chicago, man, but I like the heat. That first time I went out there when it snowed, I think I was like, man, I was real little, probably like 2 or 3. The snow went over me. I jumped off the porch and went into the snow. I thought I was in heaven. I was like, Jesus Christ, what happened? Oh, it's third and long? No. Ooh.
You know what the
See?
funny thing is I'm Canadian, so it's like watch like everybody's always like really weirded out when I say like I'm a Chicago fan because
What's the temperature where you're at? 80s,
me right now
70s?
today,
Yeah.
well we go by like we go by different, like we don't just do like 80s 70s, we go by Celsius or whatever it is. So
Oh man.
right right now it's 13 out, so that's like what, 20, 30 maybe for you guys or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been off and on though. Like, let's see here.
Whew, so what made you become a Chicago Bears fan? Is that all the teams up
Honestly,
there in the north
when I
side? Yeah.
well, when I was younger, I was uh, holy shit!
What is
I got
this?
what the hell was
Jesus
that? That's
Christ.
like a game of hot potato right there.
Man, I think that's how the intros got to start. Shoot. Is this volleyball?
But for me, it was my high school. Basically, the Bears known for their defense and stuff, right? Monsters of the Midway and all that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like even as like a Madden player, I'm huge defensively. But believe it or not, when I was younger, my favorite team was the Patriots for a while. But that was before I really knew what football was. Like I was young and I was like, oh, they just win. So yeah. Um, but then after that, I was just like, yeah, no. Not a Patriots fan. Then I was a Chicago fan. I've been a Chicago fan for around what? I'm 33 right now, so since I was like 15.
Whatever happened to this A-Rod talk? Did he ever leave? Did they pay the man? What happened?
He's threatening retirement right now.
Well, I don't want to see that, but I know a lot of people want to see the backup get out there. I've heard that he's as good as Patrick Mahomes. I haven't seen any footage, haven't done any research, but
That's the thing, right? Nobody's
yeah.
seen anything, so you don't know.
And what's crazy is, man, I told a lot of people I think Patty could be real big. Uh, he actually grew up 10 minutes away from where my grandma stays at in East Texas, and he went kind of crazy out there, at Texas Tech. But man, that's just such a small school. I was like, I don't know what he can do in the big leagues. So
Yeah.
he had an arm on him. I was like, he's got to have weapons, and he's doing okay, man. I was a little disappointed with how the year ended, and I don't know how serious his little turf toe, you know, situation was, but I was like, man, he's not 100%. He's out here limping and, wobbling,
Yeah.
and I don't know, man, but
Uh,
hopefully they can get back. I mean, it's just so hard, man, when you got an offense like that and don't believe in playing defense or selecting defensive players. I'm like, well,
yeah.
you know.
100%. I agree.
And for me, I'm an offensive player. I like offense. I really want to be a defensive player. I don't know what the heck y'all guys do to get so dadgum good on defense, but it's amazing, man. It really is. Like,
Mhm.
I could say this guy's gonna be open, this guy's gonna be open. I see Dre Slay coming down full speed. Like, nope. I'm like, what?
Honestly, I wasn't even paying attention that last drive. I didn't know that was fourth down. I just pulled a Brady.
I thought you were just doing it for the content.
No, I was like, I was gonna kick it, but like, I was like, oh shit, like,
Dang.
oh
All
well.
right. Did y'all lose anybody?
Yeah, we lost Kyle Fuller.
Where did he go?
I think he's in Denver now. Um, we were gonna lose Akeem Hicks, but fine, we got at least got to keep him, so I'm happy about that.
Oh, what was that?
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
my guy wouldn't turn. Jackson wouldn't turn around fast enough there. But yeah, we lost Kyle Fuller, so that's gonna put a big dent in our defense.
What's y'all's running back's name? Is it Cohen or is that somebody else?
Cohen, Montgomery, and we did have Patterson as running back, but now he's
Yes.
gone.
Where did he go?
Um, I don't know, to be honest. I didn't really pay attention once I knew he was gone. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, well.
we gotta throw that earlier dag.
I'm like, fuck you guys for getting rid of him because I honestly, like, for special teams, he was really good on special teams. Like, keep
Yeah,
him
yeah,
for special teams. But, the money is more
yeah.
important. And for me, I'm happy with the draft and everything. And I'm happy with who we got. And, we have Marquise Goodwin now. And as long as he can stay
What?
healthy, yeah. As,
Oh man, that's
as long
that's
as he can stay
big.
healthy, we have weapons. So,
Oh my gosh, that happens a lot with Cowboys. Wow, so he didn't even get any game time, and I know he sat out. He sat out in Philly, right?
yeah.
Man.
Well, he wasn't healthy a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
So that's the hardest part is staying healthy for him. But if he's healthy, he's a huge, huge weapon.
That's what happens, man, when you start skipping all your yoga classes and stuff like that, because you're an Olympic track star runner.
Yeah, one of the fastest guys in the NFL, but he's so injury prone.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking about Cheetah. I was like, how long will he be the fastest person in the NFL? When his speed starts going down, will he still be able to get
Yeah.
open?
Once
Different.
age get
Yeah. Oh, he stayed with him. Zeke. Oh, Zeke, what are you doing?
See, I had to think there whether I was going to give up the big ball or at least like have time to defend a little bit more.
I know people who put in cheat codes and somehow can jump off. Now, this is current gen. Happens more on current gen. They can get off the person you were playing on and come down immediately and pick it off. I'm like, what? Not so much on next gen, which is what that's what I like. And I'm telling people it's going to make you a better Madden player because you can't always rely on this game speed and these safeties and stuff like that for
No.
these unrealistic situations. Jesus. Don't do that, Dak. Don't do that, Dak. Don't be that guy, Dak.
And then like as you were talking about that meta shit earlier, the only reason it's meta is just because it's a game breaker essentially. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's why everybody runs it, and and then also like the whole scheme over team thing. I honestly, I sort of disagree with that because you can have like a running scheme, but if you don't have a running back or anything like that, you're not gonna you're not gonna be
True.
able to pull the scheme off. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Dak. And that's what I think. Like for me, I started playing with the Packers because I like how I've never been a good defensive player, and obviously they have the best, one of the best defenses, if not the best. But see, it depends on what you like on defense. For me, I like speed. I like putting safeties in at linebackers. For the as a
yeah,
Cowboys
that's what I
fan,
do.
we've never had freaking corners. We've never had safeties. So anybody that's over 80 is a 99 overall to me. So
Yeah. Well, for
uh,
Madden 21, everything is
yeah,
about change of direction.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and like speed is second in there, but everything's about change of direction, and your best change of directions are your safeties and
yeah.
corners. So that's what I do. That's why I run big nickel over G because I sub out my linebackers. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep in like Roquan Smith, but that's about it.
Certain
And
situations, yeah.
yeah, but the only reason I keep Roquan Smith in is because of his awareness. Um, Awareness is a bigger factor in 21 too.
Oh yeah.
Um, like Kyle Fuller having him at corner and stuff like that. You and Richard Sherman, like because their awareness is through the roof, that increases your chances for picks. But
So how's the economy and stuff out there in Canada? I know you said you got laid off or whatever. Is it hard to get a job? Good to get a job? My wife has a couple of friends who want to move to Canada.
it depends where you live. Like places like Alberta and stuff like that, like the economy's like pretty decent there still because uh, everything's trade related and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
oil and shit like that. But here in Ontario, it's bad. Like I got let go from my job of 8 years. Um, so right now I'm in like the middle of like a dispute with them because the severance package was insufficient to what I
Yeah.
should have gotten. Um,
Oh, that was real nice.
However, what else? However, like our government like has the like kind of like how you guys have the stimulus package. We have the CRB and EI and stuff like that. So I get 2 grand a month. Um,
Whoo! That's how you're surviving.
yeah, so that's how I'm pretty much getting through. But we keep going into constant lockdowns, which is getting ridiculous. Like we're on our like fourth, fifth lockdown now, and each time they're getting more and more strict about it.
Strict,
Like
yeah.
they wanted to implement like cops stopping you
Oh man.
to see where you were going and shit. Um, but the cops all refused, so they took it away. They backed down because the cops are like, no, we're not going to do that. That's like infringing on people's rights like crazy. But
Yeah, yeah.
realistically, I think it's because laziness on their part. They just don't want to have to do that.
So, man, out there in Canada, or at least in certain parts, are they real strict on masks or what?
Yeah, you have to have a not in the streets, but
Yeah,
you have to have a mask on, like when you go into places and everything like that. Which that doesn't bother me and stuff, but it's the way they're handling this. Like you can go to Walmart and like basically like be like face to face with somebody, but you can't go to a restaurant where like cleanliness and sanitization is of the utmost priority. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? As they close that down like that, it's shit like that that really bugs me. If you're gonna shut down, shut down. You know what I mean? Like,
Shouldn't be pick and
uh,
choose.
yeah, it's just so ass backwards here. It's just annoying.
Well, I tell you what, man, it does sound crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It is pretty crazy, you know. Although it could be a lot worse.
True that, true
But
that. And out here, man, it's like people out in the part. I'm in Texas, which is at the bottom, and people, man, they're so fed up and tired of these masks. Like people are going to the
yeah,
clubs, partying.
which like
I always wear mine, but I'm like, I know people who go
you,
to clubs day to day, no mask, no care in the world. I'm like, is it really worth it? So
rightfully so. I know why people are fed up with it, and I can feel their frustration too because I'm frustrated. Like I want to
yeah.
at least be able to go out and go like camping for me is a big thing. I wanted to go camping this summer,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
camping is prohibited right now, and I'm like, why the hell is camping prohibited? Like as long as you're with your household or your bubble or whatever that they want you to be in, like why can't I go camping? I'm going away from civilization, like I'm not with people.
Exactly, exactly. They don't want you to get the trees infected.
So that, yeah, trees and get the bees infected, raccoons, trash pandas.
Choo. But yeah, I still wear my mask, man. I've seen a lot of people get messed up on this COVID, and it's just weird. Some people, get it, never knew they had it. Some people are in the ICU or emergency room or the hospital for months and months. And then I got a lot of my friends now. I don't socialize, what's up, Terror, with them, because they're a little wild. But some of them are like, well, I go to this club, I go to that club, I go to the strip club, and it's like, you know, there's 200 or 300 people that are there that aren't wearing masks, and I haven't gotten COVID yet. So is COVID still
Yeah.
out or what? So I was like, hey man, that's just something that you got to determine yourself and know what's right for you and what's not. But
Well,
Big Cujo, I can't take risks like that, So,
Black
ooh,
Rain, right? Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah,
his posts, and like no, I'm not judging anybody, man. You do you. Like I'm not one of those people that's like, COVID is a serious thing. You're an idiot if you do this or whatever. Like if you want to do that, go for it. Like
yeah.
life is short, you know what I mean? Like, and I get like the whole fear around it, but when you're stuck inside for years on end, like we're going into our second year now of this stupid shit,
It's
and
crazy,
it's
right?
like, and your government's not properly handling anything, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
You're gonna want to go out. Like people are gonna get fed up, and like you don't know if you're gonna die tomorrow or anything like that. And if you're going to spend your whole life inside, I get it. Like, and I'm not against people who want the vaccine. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. If you do if you have anxiety and you don't want to have it, like, I'm not going to say like you're a stupid idiot for not getting it. Like,
exactly, exactly. And what I just don't understand behind all this is why the heck I can't get my hands on a PS5. You got COVID, man. You
that's
need to get
pissing
these.
me off.
I'm like, you know what? If you had these systems mass produced or in stores already, there's a lot of people who would just stay in and just game all day, every day. I mean, at least I would. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what I do now. Ooh. Life is about risk, but that's one we should not take. That
Oh,
right
I'm gonna
there,
miss you, Kyle.
that right there, we just jumped out of airplane, ladies and gentlemen, and we left our parachute. Whoo! And there's nobody else in the plane to throw it back to us. Raider, what's up, man? Have you played Raider?
I played Raider once, and when we played, I was the Bears, and he was Green Bay.
Bears and Green
And
Bay.
I lost by like I think like a touchdown and 3 points or something like that. But I also underestimated him because I thought like he was just one of those typical people that run whatchamacallit, or that's like plays like how mostly like that Dre plays against.
Yeah, yeah, Matter Schemes.
Yeah, but we've only ever played once.
Man, that's crazy because I seen Raider in Dre Slade streams. I didn't. I think this is the same Raider that Form's talking to. I used to watch the tournaments and stuff like that, and Form's talking to some guy named Raider. I'm like, man, we got a lot of Raiders fans. I said, you know what? That's probably the same Raider. I just didn't even notice it.
It probably was, but like I can't remember. I think there is one other person like with Raider in their name, but I can't remember. But like they don't come in very often.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they spell theirs different though. And it's not like Raider Nation or anything like that like his. It's like Ray or something like that. I can't. It's weird.
So, Sean, did you ever get your channel up and going or streaming, or did you just not do it with everything you had going on this year?
Just with everything going on, but I am getting into it. I am gonna be starting and all that stuff. It's just uh we had everything set, me and my girl.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I thought our computer could handle the equipment I had, but it can't.
Man,
So
give
I
me a
have to get
breakdown.
yeah, I have to get a new laptop.
All right, so are
And I
you?
want a laptop because I do graphic design and it's easier for me to take my work with me when I
So are you thinking? What all were you gonna be streaming in 1080 4K? I need the specs because I'm tired of wasting money.
streaming anything honestly above I think 1080p is kind of a waste anyways because you also want to look at your bandwidth too, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
4K is great. Like if you want to make videos, 4K is the way to do it. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people have common misconceptions about 4K. They think that 4K is just like the end all be all, but the thing is it also depends on your frame rate you're running and all that stuff. And you could have like a camera that records in 4K, however, um, the it all depends on the quality of the camera too. Like 4K just means the pixel count. That doesn't really mean that it's better quality.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, you can run like 720p or 1080p, and your videos can run crystal clear if you're streaming, like, and you have that little small, um, the face cam kind of deal. Um, oh, I don't even know why I ran a screen there. I just picked up play because my time. But yeah,
so,
honestly, 1080p is pretty decent. Like,
that's what my wife
but
said.
for videos for streaming, 1080p, 720. Um, but for actual videos, 4K. As long as you can, do 4K
Yeah, yeah.
properly. Like 4K, just having 4K alone just doesn't mean your stream's gonna be good. You have to have like the proper equipment set up and all that stuff.
So when do you think you'll have the laptop and everything set up and ready to go?
Within. Did you get it?
Yeah, you got it. It's the Cowboys. Dang.
uh, Probably within about another month. Not like too much longer because I want to make sure I have it definitely before Madden 22 comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
Because um, I was gonna start a series. I was gonna start a series with my girl, like doing Madden and stuff like that. But I think I'm gonna wait till Madden 22.
I remember you
To
saying that on Dre's channel.
Yeah, because we were gonna do Madden 21, but the thing is like now Madden 21's almost out the door, and I didn't plan on having a shit year like when I say shit, I mean shit. Like
It,
just recently, just recently, my cat of 21 years that I got from my mom, he passed away. But while he was passing away, shit, no, why did I throw that? Um, while he was passing away, he had a seizure, and
yeah, yeah.
uh, he bit my thumb down and clamped down, and then he rolled around and stuff, so he cracked the bone.
Golly.
And his tooth went right through my thumb, and then I got like a really bad infection from it.
Yeah.
On top of that, so I was dealing with that for a month and a half, so I couldn't play Madden. And even right now, like it's so weird because I can't feel the tip of my thumb. So when I'm like using my left toggle, it's like
Oh.
it's like I can't feel it. You know what I mean? So I have to like
Yeah.
kind of use my knuckle.
Man, that makes sense why you haven't played. Cause I was like, dude, man, I get on this Madden. Hey, whether I win or
Yeah,
lose, you
yeah, and
know,
I feel bad too because I know I know like people like can be competitive with Madden and they think I'm
yeah, yeah.
probably ducking them or something like that, but it's like I'm not ducking
Shoes.
anybody. Nobody scares me on Madden. Like nobody. Like I just it's luck.
Well, that's crazy, man. I don't even know how you're playing like that. Are you on pain meds or it's just
No,
you're
it's
good to
just I
go
can't
now?
feel. Yeah, I'm good to go. I just can't feel my thumb.
So, is that nerve damage or will that come back to being normal?
It's nerve damage. It's permanent. Like I'm messed up permanently. Like with that. Where was my? What the hell? Where was my cloud flat there?
I don't know.
Like they left the field wide open over there. What the hell?
I said it's too good to be true. There might be somebody who's out here on the ground that's gonna jump up and take this ball back to the house. So Sean, man, hey, man, that is a long time. 21 years.
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ,
21-year-old cat.
what were y'all feeding that cat? Was this a big cat, old cat, small cat? Like,
By the time he got like really sick and everything like that, he was like really skinny and fragile. But
yeah.
man, this cat almost died like 7 times. My brother once had to give him like CPR kind of deal because he choked
Like on a
on a
hairball
fur
or
ball.
eating? Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So he brought him back to life. Like this cat was a trooper, man. And then like a year after my mom passed away, because he was like really close to my mom, then he just started having the seizures that night, and we knew it was his time.
Oh man.
And then yeah, then he gave me something to fucking remember him by for sure by cracking my thumb open.
Bro, that's just crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So like when I said I'm on a streak of bad luck, I'm on a streak of bad luck. Then this past week, me and my girl got food poisoning. We ordered chicken from a restaurant, and 2, 3 a.m. we both woke up sick as a dog.
Dude,
We
one of
were
these
ying.
days I'm gonna see you and Jess's picture with the Mega Million winning lottery ticket. Oh, that might be six.
Oh, bust your screen. There's a reason you're not on the team anymore, you piece of shit.
But yeah, man, I had wanted my wife to do some stuff with my channel. She just, I think, was it in August? She decided to go back and get her second master's, but I was gonna game. She was gonna be sitting to the left or to the right, commentating, doing some stuff.
Oh,
And it's crazy because she's a good trash talker when she wants to, and it's funny. I'll sit there and laugh at her. Um, but she shied away from it. But hopefully, I think what I have to do is get her in on a Mortal Kombat, and then, as she gets rid of all her shyness that she's pretending to be shy, she'll do some other footage.
yeah.
Can't throw that. Can't throw that. Can't throw that. How much time's left? Oh, we definitely don't want to do that. All right, Sean. So this is game one.
GG's. I think though, like us talking, getting real in depth conversation really hindered the game too, though. Like on a certain level, because like I didn't even realize it was fourth down the first fucking drive.
That's
I was like Brady when he played against the Bears. He like puts up his hand for fourth down, and then everybody's like, "Nah, man, you already did it."
yeah, yeah. I was like, well, they're not gonna reverse this. I don't know what Brady has going on. So, man, are you so do you have you been looking for a job? Are you content right now? Are you gonna get back on to the job that you had or?
I've been looking for a job, but very, very loosely. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah,
because I'm one of those people that's like, oh, I'm collecting free money, blah blah blah, kind of deal.
yeah, yeah.
It's more so we keep going into lockdown, so I'm not gonna settle for like a job at McDonald's when I'm
Oh
making
yeah, yeah,
when I'm making what I write. Well, like I'm getting EI right now, so I rightfully paid into it for 8 years. You know. Um. However, yeah. I'm just not gonna settle for it because the only thing that's good right now is shit that's deemed essential. So the only thing that are open is either like fast food restaurants or sorry, not even restaurants, just like cooks or something like that. Because
yeah, yeah,
in store dining's done. Uh, and like hotels and shit, man. And I'm not gonna do that because I spent 8 years at my job. You
yeah,
know, and if I leave to go do one of those jobs and then like I get laid off from that job, I won't be able to go back on EI anymore because my hours won't be there for EI.
yeah, yeah.
Like right now, I'm covered to EI until the end of the summer, like till September.
Phew.
But yeah, that said, I'm not one of those people that just wants to collect like government money or anything like that. But at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time, I'm not going to settle for shit job either.
yeah, man. Especially with everything you've been through this year, like you don't just want to be at that job stressed out, making no money. And you're like, you know what? I could be at home enjoying life, watching TV. Bills are paid
Yeah,
off temporarily, at least for the next couple of months. But stress is big, man, and you've been through a lot, man. And I've seen people with mental health issues, and I had a friend commit suicide last I think it was 2 years ago. I talked to him. This is one of my day one Madden homies. He was a Raiders fan. I don't know where he was from in Cali, but he stayed in Texas. And I talked to him, hey, bro, you good? He talked to me, this, and that. Never saw any signs of this, And so mental health is big, man. I wish he would have talked to me about, some of the issues that he had on his mind, but he was the craziest running Raiders fan. I'm talking about this is back when they had Derek McFadden. I was on Felix Jones, man. We would go back and forth, but it was just something about those Raiders, man. Plus he had the kicker, and we're talking about back when they had Jamarcus Russell. He made Jamarcus Russell look like he was Tom Brady. I don't know what he was doing back then, but
that's kind of like me. Well, not me, not so much me with Trubisky, but I know how to utilize Trubisky properly in this game. So you know,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't have all these big daughters come out with Bears. My game, and even like depending on what team I use, like my game when I use the Bears is like the short game. Like sort of play with them like how they do in real life, but at the same time, time is precious in this game, and I like to waste as much of it as possible. Because the less time you have the ball, you know, the less time you got to score, right?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story there when you were
Oh
talking
no,
about like.
oh no. Hey man, and that's real. That's what I've noticed with defensive users, especially on next gen. Like I was telling some people, I don't even remember who I was telling. I don't intentionally run the clock out or waste the clock. I'm just taking my time looking at stuff. I might be on my phone, I might be streaming, or I might be editing. So I'm doing different stuff on the computer. Somebody will
Mhm.
stop me. Somebody will stop me, just out the blue. I go for it on fourth down, 4th and 1, or fourth and, 3 on the goal line. They'll stop me. So what does that user do? They intentionally try to run the clock out, and it usually doesn't.
Yeah.
I usually stop them. Then I just go down and score. Whether it's a pick six, a run play, or whatever. Now he's trailing, and he's trying to chase me to come back and score. Luca, what's
You know
going on,
what?
Luca?
What some people don't realize in this game is you just sometimes like have to give up the touchdown in order
Yeah.
just to get the ball back. Like some people, like they'll keep holding off. It's like, okay, you keep doing that, the time's ticking on you too. So
Yeah.
if they score, you're left with like what 10 seconds left in the game to score and win the game. You might as well let them score right now, so that way you got the bigger chance to go back and maybe score an extra point if you want, or extra two if you want to, or tie it. So you might as well just try to play the smart game. Not many people play smart in this, and I'm guilty of it too sometimes. Sometimes I just want to gamble. But, that's the fun part about the game too, to an extent.
It is, and I was telling one of Terror Artist's friends is on here, one of my friends from the Xbox One, like it's crazy, man. Like, you're a really good user. AP's a really good defensive user. There's a lot of users. I haven't really came across anybody who just does crazy stuff on Madden. I'll see somebody cover it, I'm just gonna throw it. You know, and on next gen, like if I'm on a conversation on the phone or if I'm texting somebody, sometimes I get distracted. Like how we got distracted playing the game. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw a
Hmm.
pick. I'm like, dang, the game just started. I'm down seven. Sometimes that makes me fight even harder. So
Yeah. Well,
sometimes I
like,
like that because I was like, how come I couldn't have gotten serious like this before I threw the pick? Now I got to get serious and try to come back.
yeah. Well, like, and my thing too is like most of my losses on my account are mainly due to like the disconnects, like back when for next gen anyways,
Yeah, yeah.
when people were doing that stupid fucking kickoff glitch,
Hmm.
where they just wait you out like hours until you just quit the game and stuff like that. And then the other ones are just like me having fun with the game, more so like I like to drink and play the game,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and like you just stop caring after a while and you just want to wing the ball or you just want to see what works and stuff. So I don't take my record 100% seriously.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
unless like because I could prove like that I'm a good player.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like, but my record also isn't bad either. So
Man, and that's why I really wanted to get that 3 game series with you to see, what your views were on each system and stuff like that. So for instance, I'm 85 and 74 on the PS4, and I would say maybe 36 of those losses I didn't even play the game. Loaded up, your connection's been lost. So you know what, the hell with this. I'm going to Xbox. So I switched over to Xbox One. I started playing this year. So I got Cujo Track on PS4. I started playing on Xbox as Cujo Track. My Xbox Live, the membership uh, went out. So I have the same email address slightly. I have a letter here that goes here. So I renewed my school email address, which I didn't have a Xbox Live account on, and
mhm.
I thought I could just call customer service like, oh, well, once you activate that code, we can't refund it. So I had to create another gamer tag since I had already paid my $59.99 Xbox
That's
Live
horseshit.
membership. So I couldn't play on Cujo Track, but I created one called Cujo YouTube. So I had played. Let's see how many games is this. I'm bad with math. 140. So I probably played 70 on the Cujo Track for Xbox One, and then the other Xbox One, I probably played 40. So we're looking at 400 games, and then I've played 400 on the Series X. So
Hmm.
if I just played on one system, my rank would probably be a lot higher and a lot better. But I played a little bit here, played a little bit there, and to be honest, man, I really like it. The PS4 was having some issues. I was having fatigue issues, so my players were not running with turbo. And so I had this Astro, what is this, C40 controller. I got it. I really liked it, and it's because since I was jumping back and forth from the one and the four at the time, the layout has the layout of a Xbox.
Okay.
You can move stuff over. So it's a PS4 controller, but you don't have the two analogs at the bottom. You got one up here. So basically, I think it's a faulty controller because I had to update this thing every time I played, or every couple times a week, and I noticed the R2 was the one that was coming off of the default set for that. So
Ah,
I
shit.
was playing a lot of games getting lit up and not running. I said, "No, this is stupid." But I thought it was the PS4. I was on YouTube.
No,
Nobody was
it,
having issues, so
it must be just the controller itself.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
the same thing, kind of like with what's going on with Xbox right now. Actually, the newer controllers, they're having button issues with the with like connection wise to the Xbox. It's not necessarily like the controller that comes with your new Xbox will
yeah.
be fine, but like if you buy a new one and it connects to it, it'll connect fine and everything. But your buttons won't have sometimes, and this isn't for everybody, but
It's happened to
um,
me.
yeah, but it'll be issues with like sensitivity and everything, like especially like the Y button and everything.
I've seen that. You talking about? Are you talking about next gen
I'm
or
talking about
current?
just in general, just well, the Xbox
Oh,
Series X,
yeah. That's what I'm talking
or
about.
like the new Xboxes. They're having connection issues with the controllers for like sensitivity wise
Oh,
and
okay,
everything
okay.
like that.
Cause see,
But I don't know
sometimes
if they resolved that or not.
for me they have it. I need to see if there's a controller update out because when I start off, I got the Series X in this room. You know,
Mm.
I got the Series S in the bedroom. So if I take a controller and resync it, whenever I'm on kickoff, I can't press A and I can't press Y. I have to just wait until the time runs out until Madden picks the play for me. Or usually the very first play drive on the Series X or the Series S is like that.
I wouldn't hold that. I wouldn't hold that thing against the controller, maybe, just because that whole the stall on the plays and shit like that happens a lot, just in general, um, especially on the new gens. I notice Form has that problem too. I have the problem sometimes. I think it's just the game catching up with itself or something. I don't know. It's weird because they do run the game at like a higher speed because the higher RAM in the new systems.
Yeah, yeah.
So mm, even on current gen, it does it still too. But the thing that pisses me off is I wish you could mend certain things about these controllers together that I like. Like I love I think Xbox controllers have better quality to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can feel the quality in them. They're heavier. You know, they're solid. The sticks are solid, but the stick placement of the left stick, I wish wasn't so high for certain games. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Madden, like for Madden, my stick is better on PlayStation than it is on Xbox
Same for
because
me.
where the stick is.
Mm.
Um, the buttons on PlayStation controller, I like how they're flatter. Especially the new Xbox, like they're like bubbled up buttons and I don't like that. I really hate that because I don't want the button digging into my finger when I'm trying to press it down. I like the
Yeah.
flat feel. And then, however, everything else on the Xbox controller, like the toggles and stuff, I like a lot more.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wish I could mend those two together and then make a ultimate controller that I'd love to play with.
So Sean, do you have all right, I know you have it on the Series X. Do you have Madden on the Xbox One?
Yeah, I do.
Have you ever played Terror Artist?
Terror Artist? No, I haven't.
Oh man. Hold up, man. Let me he's in the chat. I gotta
Well,
um
I have it. I have Madden 21 on Xbox One and
you
on
just
my Series X, but I
you
have
just
both gens on my new one.
oh, okay.
So you can still play with people with the old Xbox.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I just messaged him. Based off of how y'all play, man, it'd be a really good game. Now Terror, he'll talk to you like how I'm talking to you. Now I don't talk to you to get distracted, man. I'm just caught up in the conversation. But he plays with the Falcons, man, and I like a lot of people who play with their natural teams, their home teams. Now, obviously, I got on Chiefs gear, but I'll play with the Cowboys when I need to play with the Cowboys. But there's some people, man, it's got to be the Bucks or the Packers or the Chiefs. Now, I'm not opposed to that, just because I see it on reg so much. But you know, I don't know. It's
You
just
know
crazy.
what
So
though? I make Chiefs users quit so bad because I know exactly what they're gonna do. It's always like a high-low situation for crossers and shit, and they
yeah,
try
yeah,
to make me pick between Tyreek Hill or whoever. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
know
yeah.
how most will play. So, and I'm not saying you in general. I'm just saying like Chiefs users in general. The
Oh yeah,
only
yeah,
team in the entire game that gives me a problem is the Green Bay Packers, and it's because when they run press man and your receivers aren't fast enough. But that's
yeah.
the only reason. It has nothing to do with my gameplay. It just has to do with my receivers just can't get open before what's his face comes through the line and then fucking makes you shit yourself.
Let me see. Sean, there's one more person I said I was gonna play. I'm gonna see if he's still in here. If not, he was on the other live stream. I forgot his name.
It's like on the tip of my tongue though, because I remember you saying like I got you next. It was like
Yeah, yeah, because I was gonna play him before you because I was thinking you were still in the movie, but I was like his movie might be over, so
yeah, I only had like 45 minutes left in it, and then obviously that's not including like credits. So once the credits were over, like it actually timed up perfect with your game ending.
man, he's probably still in here. I just don't remember his username. Sean, let's get one more on the four, and what we'll do, I'll hit you up. I'll probably hit you up on my YouTube channel or on the. I'll send you a message. Do you have messenger? You have the messenger, PlayStation Messenger
My
on your phone?
Yeah, I have Messenger on my phone, but I also have like my messages like people are allowed to send them. I can't send them to you because it says
I'm private.
yeah, but you could
Really?
send them to me. Yeah, it wouldn't let me message you or do anything. Just give me a second though. I'm gonna go take a leak real quick.
Hey, hey, hey! Just don't get the controller wet.
No, no, I don't take it with me. All right, I'll be
Woo!
right back.
All right, no problem. Hey man, I appreciate y'all, staying tuned, locked in, you know what I'm saying? I hate that it's 720. Man, I didn't know I was still recording in the 1080 on this other side. Y'all, hey man, a lot of y'all have good YouTube content. One of these days, might be next weekend, I'm gonna try to show y'all how I personally edit my videos, do my thumbnails, animations. I really want it to be bigger on animations. I'll probably get there. Some people have actually reached out to me on editing my videos, and it's not that my videos are bad, it's just I'm really trying to grind on regs. And so for me, I work 8 hours most days. Some days it's six, some days it's seven. This 14-hour shift is every blue moon. And you got wife, you got the kids, you got to get the dog's energy out. So I average maybe 2 to 3 games a day. So if
All
you
right,
think
I'm back.
it's story time. So if you average 2 to 3 games a day, if you lose that first one, you're like, damn, now I really got to win the next two.
What team are you running with?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you. I think I'm gonna run with the. Are you running with the Bears? What are the Bears overall? 83 or 87?
83.
Ooh, I'm thinking I'm gonna
AP
run.
asked if he can join the party.
Yeah, AP man, you can join the party. Let me know if one of us gotta invite you. I did some weird stuff to my settings the other day, so.
Yeah, you'll have to invite him because I couldn't
Oh,
invite
okay,
you.
okay. That's probably why. That's probably he had sent me a game invite and I probably never got it. It's probably because I have my stuff set up to private or something like that. I don't know. You running with the Colts?
It's good, AP. No, I just like I'm
What's
on them just because I'm taking a swig. I grabbed my
Uh,
Malibu out of the freezer, so I'm gonna start having a little bit of bevies.
whoo, AP man, I appreciate you coming through, man. I really needed a defensive coordinator because last game, it just wasn't adding up. So
All right. I'll stream snipe for you. I'm just playing.
here's what I need you to do, AP. I'm gonna run my normal defense, same stuff that I need. Maybe later today when we play, or probably
Later
tomorrow when I
tonight.
live stream. Let
Yeah.
me
Or
know. Say, Cujo, man, you always do this, man. You need to cut it out. This is bad. This is bad. you know, if I can get just a little bit better every day on defense, man, I tell you what.
You know what though?
yeah.
Like all top three of my teams in this game are are not even like the highest rated teams either. Like I run with the Bears, obviously. My number 2 team is the 49ers, and my number 3 team, if I have to use them, is the Cardinals.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty solid.
Now, is that based for the Cardinals? Is it based off of defense or is it based off of offense?
Defense. I'm a defensive player. I'm not even gonna lie. Like my offense is good, but it's not like I'm not like one of those like people that wing the ball. I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
I play the short game. That's my style. But I will adapt. Like if somebody like starts setting their zone drops like all fives or something like that, like it's not gonna work against me because I will
Exactly.
adapt to it. All right, I'll just do Chicago then again if you're using 49ers.
Man, I used to
Actually,
run with the 49ers a lot last year, but that's when they had Goodwin.
Oh yeah.
He played for the Texas Longhorns, so I was a big fan. Still had to support him, and with all the running backs they had, oh man, I was definitely running that ball like I used to run track. We had
I don't know if
Mozart, we had Coleman. What's the dude that left and went to play for the Vikings?
Breida. Oh wait,
Yes.
no,
Oh no,
Breida
he went and
he
played
went to
to the
Tampa.
Dolphins, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now I think he's on. Is it him or Mostert that's on the Bills now? The Bills
Think
picked up one of them. I can't remember who.
I'm gonna have to look that one up right now.
I swear to God they picked up Breida.
Let me look that up. Yeah, Matt Breida.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
All right, let me ask y'all this. In y'all's opinions, who are the top 5 tight ends in the league? Because I was playing against Raider, and he was telling me that the tight end from the Raiders is like he's like number 3. I was like, he's up there like that?
I can name like 3, but George Kittle.
Yeah,
I'm honestly gonna say uh, Jimmy Graham.
yeah.
For the Bears, anyways, he wasn't so much for the Green Bay, but
Packers, yeah.
this past year though, man, like he did so good. Um,
Travis Kelsey, are you gonna pass
yeah, I would say Kelsey, but Kelsey kind of fell down this year a little.
with run blocking or what?
Um, I would say with catching the ball. Like, well, he fell down like catching the ball. Like he hasn't been great this year at catching the ball. Yeah, okay, I'll just run with Tampa Bay.
Lucas said Gronk, Kelsey, Kittle, Ertz, Graham.
honestly, I think
Yeah, Ertz for sure.
if I was gonna do like an all-time tight end, it'd probably be Tony Gonzalez.
Oh man.
Um,
Are you
and
running
this is
white or? I love that uniform, the all
Whew.
black for
Oh
San
man.
Fran.
Oh man. I might need to get one of those for the streams.
I wanted a white Cohen jersey so bad because Cohen's my favorite Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't sell his in an away jersey, only as a home jersey, which pissed me
Wow.
off. Like
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, like I still like the blue and all that stuff, but those like white jerseys with like the blue is so dark it looks black, so it's just like black and orange. That like just it's one of the best looking jerseys in the league in my opinion.
Man, I need to go back. I'm gonna go back and see what episode it was. But I went neck to neck, head for head, Chiefs versus the Bears, and it was basically Tyreek Hill versus Cohen. Like this dude was juking left, right, sideways,
Oh, back
forwards,
in Madden
crossing.
20?
Yes, and I was like,
Yeah, Cohen was the best running back in Madden 20 when he had jukebox.
yeah,
super fast.
I was like, is he really this serious or I hadn't really
He
watched the
wasn't. He
Bears.
was in 2018. He
Yeah.
was in 2018. Like that's how fast Cohen was, and that's why he became one of my favorite Bears. And then this year, And the past 2 years, like I don't blame him for not being the greatest and trying to find something out wide and everybody making fun of him because he's going, west and east and not fucking north. Because you don't have an O line, so why are you gonna run through what you don't trust?
Has he stayed healthy, or it's just like you said, the O line?
Cohen,
He's not. Yeah.
other than his knee getting fucked up, he's always been healthy. Like he hasn't had any issues other than his knee, and now he's back again. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Let's see what we got here. Man, Sean, you're the perfect person to ask this. Okay, I forgot what my question was actually, but I had to do some. Oh, all right. So for people who edit, other people's videos, how do they send their content to the person who's editing it? Is this through the
um,
cloud, flash drive? How are they doing it?
I highly recommend. What I do is I use a free web sharing service.
Uh huh.
So like I use GoFile. It's called gofile.io, I think, or whatever, and you upload it to there, and that way you have no loss in quality.
See, that's a big thing for me because I tried doing some stuff, and it was 1080, and by the time they got it, they said it was 720. I was like, no, it wasn't like that on my end. So, certain things that I'm trying to do or what I want to do is play a couple of games and have different subs commentate or do audio and then send it back to me and upload it.
Yeah, it's that's like how I do my graphic design. Like I did all the forms like merch designs and everything.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's
So
really
that
fire, bro.
yeah, that's all
What?
me. Yeah, well, most like 98% of it is me. Like like he puts the wording on the back, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
his most recent one he uploaded like with the I got mad with the broken controller. That was he did that, but I did everything else.
Say what?
Yeah,
We might
and then
have to
like
talk, man.
and
Shoot.
and my profile picture I drew that.
Oh man.
So the player with like my pointing at my like name, like it was based off the Randy Moss photo.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so like I drew my own version with my name on it using like the Bears colors.
Man, that's pretty dope, man. I'm gonna have to get some info after this game. Well, actually, I'm gonna play I think AP next, but I got a little hoodie out. Really, I did it for myself, and it's because my son is always he's got the words down to one of my songs. I got like 16 to 18 songs, and
Yeah.
so he listens to all of them every day. I've only played like probably 4 or 5 for y'all, but he listens to all of them. He's like, no, no, skip this one. I was like, dang, I'm that bad on this one? He's like, no, I want to listen to this one. So uh, I got it made, and it's because I'm trying to figure out what sport is going to be for him. I played a lot of soccer first, then I did track. I didn't start football until I was in 7th or 8th grade. A lot of people in my hometown started football off when they were like 5 or 6. So I had a lot of
Yeah.
catching up to do, but I knew a lot of football. It was just the contact that was just, it took me a while to get used to. But I was so fast, man, I could just weave in and out, and contact wasn't really a big thing until ninth grade, man. We're suiting up against JV, or JV we're suiting up against varsity, and a lot of the times I got moved up just because I looked older and I was a lot bigger than people who were actually my age group. But really,
Yeah.
man, I was just itty bitty and fast, And oh man, he doesn't need to be with these guys. We need, these guys
Yeah.
over here jumping out the gym, lifting, and they. I was still faster than a lot of people, but it was. Oh, that's a pig. Oh.
What the hell? My guy just like went further. I stopped right there, and like the computer just took over and kept
Oh
going.
my
I
god, I
saw
just
that
saw
because
that play.
because and from my offensive coordinator Luca, he said, Cujo, don't ever. Well, he said I had a good run, but he said don't ever do that again. So yeah, man, that would be pretty. I'm actually gonna do that. Oh, nope, that didn't go as planned. But I'm gonna run some head to head. I need to figure out what days I'm gonna run it. But I want somebody to commentate what I do on defense and what I do on offense. Now, y'all don't have to physically tell me, hey, Cujo, pick this player, pick that play. I just want y'all to commentate. Damn, Cujo, you threw another pick. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. You know what? I'm going to unsub. Oh, that's another pick. Oh,
What he had in his hands? Come on,
we need to hear that commentary. So,
Kyle
I'd
Fuller.
definitely do that, bro.
well,
If like I'm available, like I'd really do that.
now, Kyle, we don't want to see that again because, we might have you shipped up out of there, and we might not wait till 22. We might go ahead and get that resolved today. Defensive coordinator, how are we looking? Are we making the right decision, or do we need to play safe?
I think we're gonna have to play safe a little bit, just in
Okay,
case they
okay,
bring you
okay,
over the top.
okay. It's not always about what we can do on offense. It's about what we can do on defense. Oh man, Madden saying
So
low.
I'll give you a little hint as to what I do in the end zone. I take away all deep blues. Like there is no deep blues on the field when I'm in the end zone. So everything plays a lot
Shallow.
better.
Oh, okay, okay. You got the
Yeah. So
Bears.
that's what hurts most people when they're in the end zone and they run like just a normal like cover 3 or something like that and you have your blues. Take your blues out. Put them as like curl flats, hard flats, shit like that. Like everything down low will help you with the run, especially like a stretch. And like everything in the end zone will usually be okay, like stopped with like a hook curl or whatever.
Now,
I'm gonna
Sean,
have to try to.
Sean, let me ask you a question. Now, I don't want to know what plays you're picking, but when you're in goal line, do you run the same stuff every time, or are you waiting to see what this guy, what his formation is, and you're adapting based off what he's calling? You're
I
like, you know
always
what?
adapt, even if my play looks the same. It's always different.
It's modified. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's always different. I never run like I'll run like stupid shit sometimes if I know like like if I don't respect the person I'm playing against. Like how I said, like when I underestimated Raider, I just thought like because everybody's like, oh, Raider was like a sweat and all that stuff, and they're just like, like you're gonna have a tough time against them, and I did, but it's because he was using Green Bay as well too. Like Green Bay gives me a hard time just in general. Um, but um, I was running my Washington book like against him, which is like it was stupid on my part because I am like I said I was using the Bears against Green Bay and obviously the Bears cannot dot, so I don't know why I chose to use a dotting playbook against Green Bay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like I use Washington for the 5 wide in it,
Whew.
the empty bunch. Um, but other than that, like I said, I play the short game mostly because Madden 22 is a game of chess, and if you don't eat up the clock or and I'm not saying run every time. Like I like to throw like short routes and stuff, like not necessarily safe routes either, but I
Just
play
for us to
smart.
get you down there.
Yeah. I play smart like how they do in the real NFL. Like Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw the long ball every fucking play.
Exactly. You don't have to throw it to Cheetah. First
Yeah.
down, second down, third down, fourth and 22, and you still want to throw it to him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, but the good
So
news is when they don't get it that fourth time, sometimes that connection might come up missing. So,
yeah, like how what's his face did with against Black Rain.
whew.
Fuck. I can't remember what his name was. It was like Mike Whitted or something like that, or something like that. But him and Rain played, and then his connection just went magically fucked.
So let me,
Come on, Trubisky. I had X wide open. You wouldn't fucking throw it.
I think I asked AP this when we were playing, but Sean, like, does Rain and Form use a lot of meta? Because like when I'm on their streams
No,
and watching their videos, I'm just there for the vibes, chilling, reading comments. I'm not really
no.
watching
Rain
plays.
Rain uses Seattle playbook.
I know that. Yeah, yeah.
And Form always comes up with his own stuff. He never ever runs metas.
Just like trio offset, like I do not see anybody running that except him.
No, and then when he started running it, people started using it because you could get wide receiver at tight end and all that shit. I don't know if he like invented it,
See, that's what I
but
was wondering. Did he
he's the
lab
only
it out or?
person. Yeah, he's the only person I've seen that actually like ran that though.
Yeah.
So Form basically he has the smarts where he looks at his offense and like it is like a cheesy offense, but honestly, like I don't, it's not necessarily no skill type of cheesy. It's like it's there's always something going to be open.
It
Yeah.
requires reads.
Yeah, it requires reads, which in my opinion, people will call it cheesy. I don't call it cheesy. Form calls it cheesy himself, but in my opinion, if people can't guard it, then I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, man, it makes sense because, when I go to his live streams or his videos, I'm like, he's reading every single chat. He's not really making a lot of crazy audibles. And he gets his defense is good. He gets a lot of picks and stuff like that. And then he just calls out and he reads plays but what was crazy to me was he says he doesn't watch a lot of NFL. He just plays a lot of
No,
Madden.
he like maybe watches the Super Bowl, and that's about it.
I'm like, wow.
Like he doesn't watch nothing like with NFL.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody that good at Madden who just doesn't, watch the NFL, Sunday, Monday night, Thursday night. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like me, I don't watch games other than Bears games. I'm going to be honest, unless it's like a playoff game where I want to see people lose, like the Cards when the Cardinals had to lose to let the Bears into the playoffs. I watched that game and I was rooting for the other team. I can't remember who it was against the Cards, but I was like, I wanted the Cards to lose so bad, and then like I'm not one to cheer for like injuries or whatever, but like Kyle Murray being taken out of the game, like I never want a career-ending injury to ever happen to anybody, but like you also can't help but be happy either, like when something like that happens, and it obviously wasn't a career ender either, but I was happy when he got injured because I'm like, damn, our chances just went up. But I also am like, I want him to be okay. I want the guy to be okay. I never, ever want to wish an injury that ends their career on anybody.
We just need a miracle to happen.
Yeah.
Just take out not take them out on purpose, but, that's taking out one of their most versatile players, and then, you just let the offense work, try to work without Kyler Murray, and it's not really successful.
No, and it's rarely successful for most teams because, they rely mostly on their star quarterback.
Yeah.
Shit, with that. Oh, shit.
Aaron Rodgers, and then...
The only ones that worked out for was Washington when Kripke or whatever his name is came in, and that guy fucking was like Kyler Murray 2.0. Like that guy, or like Mahomes, like that guy, like he held Washington in that game
against the Buccaneers, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it was the Bucks. Yeah, I think it was the Bucks.
Not Chad Henne. It was something.
Yeah,
like that.
It was like Heineke or something.
Heineke. Chad Heineke. I'm not too sure. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, that dude was a beast that game. I think I watched part of it.
And I said, like, watch, this guy's gonna be a top 10 QB in the coming years. Whew. Sometimes all it takes is somebody's like time to shine.
Just like, obviously this person is regarded as one of the greatest of all time at his position, but Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe, he gets injured second week of the 2001 season, I think, and he just comes in there and the Patriots end up winning a Super Bowl. Obviously with that whole thing with the Raiders, what was that? The Tuck rule. So,
well, let me ask you
Yeah.
this. I was always a Peyton Manning fan. My friends were always Tom Brady fans. Now that Brady has left, do y'all still think or believe that, you know,
I think
what
Peyton
what was
Manning is way better than Brady.
okay, so do you think it was the
Regardless
organization
of
as
how
a
many
whole or Belichick
my
or
my thing is rings don't make you the best quarterback. Like
exactly.
it helps, but it doesn't make you the best. It also depend. Like the Patriots know how to make something out of whatever they draft.
Mhm.
Now this past year, which shows it, you know, they have nothing on their team, which is why Brady left. And then look what happens. The Patriots have one of their worst years ever in the past like decade. Um, Now, that being said, Brady is a good quarterback. I think he's not one to fuck with. However, when
Man.
he's easy to frustrate, and when he gets frustrated, he's a whiny little baby. Hence, when they played the Bears frustrated him to shit, and the guy didn't even realize it was fourth down.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, yes, I'm a firm believer that your team also makes you who you are. I do not believe one single man is the best thing ever and he threads the ball, whatever. You also need a receiver that's going to catch that threaded ball.
Hmm.
So, in my opinion, Brady, yeah, he's good. But Peyton Manning, that guy, he fucking made nothing out of what he had. Like like
Reggie
Reggie
Wayne.
Wayne. He was like nothing until Peyton Manning came around.
Whew.
Hmm.
And
Shit like that, like I just ultimately I think Peyton Manning's better than Brady. People disagree and
Yeah.
that's fine, but I do. And I honestly think Drew Brees is one of the greats too. I think like and I mean like up there with Peyton Manning and Brady. Like I
yeah.
think I even like Brees a little bit more than Brady just because of his attitude. Because I factor in every piece of a quarterback other than, just what they do. Um, how he acts on the field, off the field. Brady, he doesn't give two flying fucks about anybody,
So
and
Al's
that's
ooh. No, did he? Oh wow. Who was that? Was that Robin?
Darnell Mooney.
Oh, all right.
He's
So,
he's he was a great draft pick for us.
do you like Rogers?
I hate him with a passion. Like,
Is it
um,
division rival beef or what? Ooh,
not only that, but like, so let's get this straight. I liked Favre, okay?
yeah,
I didn't hate Green Bay as much until they got Aaron Rodgers. It's not because Aaron Rodgers like brought Green Bay to beat the Bears a lot more often and everything like that. My thing is his attitude. He's such a cocky
Hmm.
asshole. Like rightfully so. He is a good player and all that stuff. But man, is he like a piece of shit? Like I'm sorry, but he also has a punch bowl face. Like when I see his face and I want to punch it. I do.
Hmm.
Um, that said, I get why people are Packers fans, Rodgers fans, all that stuff. But I guarantee once Rodgers is gone, everybody's trying to fool themselves, saying, "Yeah, it's Jordan Love time to shine," like blah blah blah.
I've heard that. I've heard that for the
What?
last 2 years
Once
actually.
once Rodgers is gone, guaranteed so many people hop off the bandwagon of Green Bay Packers.
Whew.
Guarantee it.
So, do you think Jordan Love can transition and be the next, biggest thing for Green Bay, or you know,
Jordan Love, I don't know, man, because it
I
really
don't think he's
sucks.
even played.
It really sucks being that person that's stuck on the bench behind a real great. You know what I mean? And even
yeah,
when
yeah.
Rodgers came back, Rodgers took years to develop. He wasn't just amazing when he came back or when he stepped into the role. Same thing with Brady too. Brady wasn't a goat either. Like when he stepped into the role.
Now,
Um, Sorry, go ahead.
what about Jimmy G, man? Because when Jimmy G first left Green Bay, I mean not Green Bay, New England, he was supposed to be the next best thing since cotton candy, Paid him all this money. What was it? 150 million. It was something crazy. Now it could be injuries, but I haven't seen that investment to be, worthy. Ooh, that was
Even the
nice.
year that they went to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
it still wasn't Jimmy G that got them there 100%. Like once again, that comes into what I said about like the team also makes you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's the
yeah.
same thing with like the Bears. Like the Bears got so far so many times because of the defense. It wasn't necessarily the quarterback that got them there. Um, I saw you do that jump waiting for the ball there, and
Oh
I waited for
man.
you to jump up because I knew you were gonna do that. I waited for you to jump up, and then I threw it in.
I can tell
Um,
you what, I would have threw it to him like he was on my team and wondered why he was going in the opposite direction.
shit. Uh, shit, I forgot where I was going with that whole thing. Oh yeah, about Jimmy G.
Yeah, yeah.
I I don't know, man. It's kind of like one of those things where the team gets into a rut too. Like the 49ers got into a rut after that year they made the run.
It's sad too, man. I mean,
And that usually is what happens to most teams when they like it happened to the Bears too. Like we didn't make a run for, the bowl or anything like that, but when you have such an amazing season and then you come back the next year, it's like, fuck, this sucks. Like we have to do it all over again.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you lose people because of salary caps and everything, and injuries happen and everything, and your team isn't the same. Like the 49ers have been decimated a lot. Like they lost a few people over the last 2 years since being in the playoff or in the Super
Super
Bowl. I think
Bowl.
it's been 2 years, right?
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
years or 1 year?
No, it's two.
Yeah. Uh, like they lost Matt Breida too.
That
So
was a
they didn't
big
have
one.
so much. Yeah, they didn't have as much depth at running back anymore. Uh, what was it? I think George Kittle was out for a little while, wasn't he? Like with an injury.
Yeah, yeah.
Like shit like that happens, but yeah, I don't know, man. I
Richard
give Jimmy
Sherman's
G a little
leaving.
bit. Yeah, Sherman doesn't want to come back. It talks that he wants to join Seattle again.
I don't know if Seattle wants him. He's not the same anymore.
Nah, he's out of his prime. He's not the beast anymore. Madden might say different with his stats, but
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
He has like 99, almost 99 jumping. I think. Like, I know that sounds crazy because you don't really think of him as an
Fourth and two.
acrobatic.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you see how tall he is too, and like
He jumps over
how
the
physical.
balls on Madden.
That's what I've noticed with the game, especially last year too. Like I used to use a Richard Sherman all the time. People would get so mad because I was getting burnt by Tyreek Hill, and then
Yeah.
I would wiggle my way back into legit picking it off from Tyreek Hill down the field and almost running it back for a pick six.
yeah,
And
Yep.
that's just what got a lot of people mad last year. And
yeah.
then
Back in Madden 20, you couldn't throw it anywhere in the vicinity of Richard Sherman, whether you're using him or not. You just pick it; it'd be an automatic pick.
yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, Jalen?
Do y'all think it's time for him to go and transition into safety, or does he? To me, he kind of looks a little stiff. Stiff. He's not as fast. He's not getting in and out as reads. I can see that he's reading plays. His body's just not really reacting. He doesn't have that killer. Cause what was he? What was he when he was with the Legion of Boom? His speed was he like a 92, 94, 93, or am I tripping? He
Who's
was kind
this?
of Richard Sherman. He was kind of fast, wasn't he? Before he got injured.
When he was on Seattle, he was
Yeah, yeah,
fast, but he was slow as shit on Madden 20.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Like
and,
89.
yeah, and he's slow as shit on this game too. But they gave him a little bit of a speed boost, I think, because of the way he played this last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sucks. You have one good week, and then like Madden gives you like a speed boost or whatever. But like teams they don't really care about. It frustrates me. Like when the Bears had that good streak or whatever, they gave him like +1, and I'm like, what the hell? That does nothing. Like,
Yeah.
come on, like when you start the game, you go like, well, Tyreek Hill's automatically 99. Like, fuck off, man. Like
Yeah.
that
Yes.
pisses me off so much. Is because they favor him. That's why.
Mhm. Just like Patrick Mahomes.
Oh
Like I
man.
think they favor him a lot, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, well, he's the poster child of the NFL now.
mhm.
Big.
Like
Ooh.
rightfully so. He's a good quarterback, but he also made a lot of stupid ass like he has a gun on him. Don't get me wrong. And like when they're playing in the playoffs this past year, like he made some like good throws, but at the same time, he's not. I think when he's under pressure now, he's a little overrated. He's not going through his
Yeah,
progressions as
I was about
much.
to say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know
He's
if
just like he just tries to wing the ball. I think his thing
Yeah.
is like, well, if I can't get it to Tyreek, then I'm gonna run for it, and then he ends up getting his fucking head bashed in.
I think he's
Mhm.
expecting for somebody to come out and bail him out, which
Yeah,
isn't
that's what it
always the
is.
case.
Yes. He also like whips that ball because his dad was like a MLB
Baseball.
pitcher or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he played a lot of baseball himself too, so I think it's very like he throws that ball super fast and super deep, but as a quarterback, you gotta be able to read those people who are actually open or like, are the most logical to throw to, and I don't think he always does that.
No, he does not.
Yeah. A lot of people hate on Lamar. I mean, I get he's not
Oh.
the best quarterback, but like, gotta give him props where, like his 2019 season, I think. Yeah,
Mhm.
the 2019 season. I think he did his thing, both in passing and running. Obviously, more running,
Yeah.
but
Now, see, you want to know who I think is one of the better quarterbacks this year is Josh Allen.
oh
Man.
yeah,
Most improved.
he popped out.
I think, yeah, most improved, but also most underrated too. Like
Mm-hmm.
that guy, like he played good, but like the only thing is the game where they got eliminated in the playoffs. He wasn't going through his progressions either. Like he was, he was like like staring everybody down and everything. Like that's what kind of like bothered me. I'm like, come on, man, you're
Hesitating.
better than
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you're better than that.
Yeah. I was thinking the same. I was like, I don't know if this guy went to sleep last night because he was playing a little different to me. I watched maybe 5 or 6 games. I was like, okay, man, let me see. I really started watching them after that game they had against Houston a while back. Oh man, man! I tell you what, man, I need to do some more research on these Bears receivers because I'm used to them dropping a lot of stuff. You make them look
I am
different.
too. I'm actually like surprised I haven't dropped anything. Like, but to be fair though, like that's another thing too is people don't realize like stamina is a big thing in this game, and
Yeah, yeah,
like certain teams they have less stamina than others. So I utilize the Bears' stamina as best as I can by running small plays, and when you give me that big play, I'm gonna take it. Like I have dots.
yeah,
And I know exactly like how to beat coverages, and I mean like I don't mean like those stupid YouTube beaters either. Like I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
like shit I
Just
found myself.
basic knowledge.
Woo.
Yeah, like basic
Hey,
knowledge of looking
hey,
at
hey.
basic knowledge of looking at like how your defense is lined up against my receivers and being like, okay, well the AI is gonna react like this. Oh shit.
We need that commentary. We need that.
The funny thing is too is like Jess, she's a football fan and she's a Bears fan too. So she's the one that actually got me my Cohen jersey for Christmas.
Man, I tell you what, man, he's a monster, and I hope the Bears can find the pieces that they need.
Well, we did everything that all these couch coaches have been saying. So let's see if it works. Like we got 2 O linemen. We got a beast of an O lineman in Jenkins, because he was expected to go first round. However, like once we saw the opportunity for Justin Fields, you're not going to pass up on that either, because you need a franchise QB.
Jesus, if y'all did, I said there's no hope. They're not trying to win any games.
No, I was literally gonna throw my phone at the TV if I heard that it wasn't Justin Fields.
I'm surprised he didn't go to a few teams before he even got to the Bears.
Well, you know why? Because I think a lot of these teams also react to hype. Like,
Yeah.
I honest to God, I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna have a shit year.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a shit year because he went to a shit team, and the Jaguars have nobody really, like
Yeah. Yeah.
nobody.
Except that what you call it, undrafted running back they had last year.
Yeah, and what else?
I
And
think
I
they
think
got a
Trey
running back too.
Lance, yeah, and I think Trey Lance is gonna have a tough time with the 49ers, but I think he's gonna sit behind Jimmy G until Jimmy fucks up. Same thing with Fields because we promised Andy Dalton starter, which I honest to God doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. Like when we got Dalton, I wasn't so pissed off about it. Like I think Dalton's a great guy. I think he's good. I think he's a decent enough QB where if he has weapons, he can make something happen. Like look at him. Look at his career on the Bengals. Like he was a
AJ
good
Green.
quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all he really had was AJ Green.
Yeah. Now he's shipped off and headed to Arizona. Whew, that'll be interesting.
Yep.
How many people are going to be playing with Arizona next year?
Yeah, Cardinals are going to be a fucking beast of a team next year.
Bucks, Cardinals. I mean, a lot of people
Kyler
pick.
Murray.
Yeah, they picked them because of defense. And you got J.J. Watt over there, Chandler Jones, Buda Baker.
Yep.
So
Isaiah Simmons, if he molds correctly.
true.
Yeah, Isaiah Simmons.
Madden 22 is going to be interesting.
I swear, and mark my words, Madden 22 is going to be filled with Bears players because they're going to want to play with Justin Fields. Guaranteed.
Hey man, that'll be interesting. I was thinking the Eagles too because Hurts did a little something finishing off the year. I don't know why they just didn't let him finish off that game, but he was actually better than what I thought he was gonna be. And I was a big Hurts fan and Tawuga fan, however you pronounce his name, in college. But I was like, man, I hope Jalen doesn't fall for a run first because he would kind of take off in college, but then again he could sit in the pocket. But it looks like he's kind of matured, man. He's actually looking for his first read, his second read. His coach is like, don't take off, don't take off. Third read, and then he'll take off. That's what I like to see. And I'm a big fan of Lamar. It's just, I really want to know what their issue is. Because I always thought it was Lamar. Lamar's just always been a runner. But Dez was my favorite, receiver for the last 10 years. And he says it's not really Lamar's fault. They got other issues going on. So you got Hollywood Brown that's upset. They drafted a wide receiver in the first round, so it sounds like they want to pass the ball. And I've come across some crazy, crazy users. There's one I have on my computer. I need to find it. They just sit in the pocket.
Did you see that thing? Did you see that thing where they're actually saying? Hang on one second. Hang on. Just had to fix my hat because it's falling down in front of my fucking eyes because I have it a little loose because I got a headache.
Oh man.
But did you see the thing where, like, Ravens were voted, like, the most readable offense ever
man.
because they know, like everybody, like, Lamar himself said he could hear the team, like, calling out their play before they even played it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing, too,
It is embarrassing because, like, they rely too much on the run game. They do. And that's the thing. You can have a killer in a mobile QB, but at the same time, it destroys your team too because people like Kyler Murray or like even Trubisky back in like 2018, the year he came back, he got injured and then he wasn't the same after that.
Yeah.
You get injured doing that shit. You don't play the same anymore because it causes PTSD. You're gonna be like, I'm gonna get my ass fucking smashed.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like fight or flight. Like they just want to run all the time. Like that's what they end up looking for first. Like that's what Lamar does all the time now. That's what whatchamacallit, Pat Mahomes has started doing a lot more now. He looks for running a lot faster.
Yeah.
That's just what happens to these mobile QBs. What I love about Justin Fields is he's mobile, but he doesn't take off unless he has to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that's college ball. NFL is a whole different story too. That's, you could be drafted first round and then, not show up in the NFL.
Exactly. And it sucks to get injured your first year too, man. It's like
Well,
I
then
don't
you
know,
look
man.
at like people like Brady too, like drafted like what, something like 16th round or some shit like that, pick 200 or I don't know even what round it was. It was a
Round
very late
6,
round. Yeah, that's it. Round
pick
6, 200.
199.
Yeah, that's it. Whatever. Something like that. And yeah, you look at how they become. It
That's
all
the same with
depends.
Richard Sherman. I think he went in the fifth or sixth round, and that's why he barks and he's so mouthy. He's like, I make myself, into the same with Antonio Brown. I didn't know he was so far down when he got drafted.
Yeah,
Mm.
You got the black
but
jerseys?
I got like these kind of jerseys, like the
Okay.
brownish.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But I
Sean,
mean,
I don't know what time I'm getting on tomorrow. I think I'm gonna get on next gen midday. I don't know. I'll hit you up because I'm gonna play
Okay.
Terror Artist on the Xbox One, which I'm thinking he streams later in the day, like 3 or 4 p.m., which might be about 2 or 3 your time. I'm gonna get some games in with him and some Xbox One users.
Yeah. Next time we play, it won't run so much either because like
Oh no, that's fine. I want to
obvious.
see.
I know. No, I meant like more so for the videos. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
people like will obviously be like, well, he's a runner, blah blah blah. You'll hear it from everybody. But the thing is like I take what's given to me, man. Like
oh yeah,
running
yeah,
isn't as OP anymore. Like people think
yeah.
it is, but it's just because man, you have no run D.
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
like
And
I stuffed your runs, so like I know how to stop the run. Like it just depends on what you do.
but I mean, if that's how you play on next gen, run whatever you usually run on next gen because there's certain stuff that works and doesn't work as much on next gen, and
Yeah,
that's what I want
yeah. Certain
people.
route combos work better too on next gen and stuff.
Exactly.
What I love about next gen though, and it's the main thing people complain about current gen is, it's more realistic where you can't cover like 3 routes at once.
Exactly.
Like that's one thing that's always pissed me off. Same thing with these fucking uh hot route master, or sorry, not hot route master. What's the thing where you point your fucking player in another direction? I can't think of the name.
pass lead,
Yeah, when you pass, not necessarily only pass lean, but the other one,
playmaker.
playmaker. Yeah, that doesn't really happen in the NFL unless they have a line of sight
Whew.
with the quarterback. Like it's like they move. All you have to do with your quarterback is like hit something, and the closest guy to you, no matter how far he is down the field, will do whatever you want him to do. And
Yeah, yeah.
that's what pisses me off. And then they also have to fix delay fades.
I hate those so much.
I purposely do not run delay fades because I think they're the stupidest shit that I just think it's unfair, so I won't run it. Like I know how to stop them, no problem, but there's a lot of people that don't, and I'm a firm believer against them. I think they shouldn't
Hmm.
even be in the game.
Exactly.
Like
They're
Do
you're
you
gonna
basically
yell.
like the meta.
So you mean to tell me you're gonna yell to your tight end that's in the mid of blocking, "Hey, run up the field," and nobody's gonna go after him? Like in real life, that's bullshit.
Let me ask you this. Before people even run those, can you look at that formation and say, I know what he's about to do. He's about to run it. Or
Oh,
did they
hands
run?
down. If it's a
Oh,
trips
man.
formation, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're gonna do.
Oh, man.
I know exactly what you're going to do. If I see 3 receivers on one side of the field, I know
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what you're doing, especially if it's a tight formation.
Or if it's
Because
third
you're going to
down.
use all 3 of those receivers to drag all my safeties and stuff over to the other side of the field to follow you, and then you're going to delay fade because the middle of the field's wide open.
I usually see a lot of
Nothing
that
wrong
on
with that,
third
bro.
downs, 3rd and 18, 3rd and 15. And I usually don't catch on so they've run it on me 2 or 3 times, and then that's when I kind of start to notice.
You want me to tell you how to stop it? All you gotta do is
Sure.
take one of your middle linemen, and put them into a 3-rec. Put them in a bluff blitz.
Really?
Yep. Stops it because he follows him. He guards the middle of the field. Boom. Take that, YouTube.
I've tried to spy. One other thing I do is just I try to manually do it, but then you give up crossing routes and other stuff that's going on.
Don't
So
ever manually do it. Don't ever manually do it. The best way to do it is, and don't even man them up because manning them up won't work. You have to take one of your linemen and put them on a bluff blitz. Preferably use one of your middle linemen rather than an edge rusher because you'll need the edge rusher to stop rolling out.
hmm
And I'd rather get gashed with an inside run than give up a huge play downfield to a fucking delay fade. So yeah, that's how you stop delay fades. And I guarantee if you start running that against people who run delay fades against you, they're gonna stop running delay fades.
Mm.
And then you just have to worry about the middle, like the inside zone
wow.
runs. I learned how to stop that by accident because whatchamacallit, I think Raider ran delay fades on me. I can't remember if he did or didn't, but somebody was running delay fades on me, and just by coincidence, the type of plays I was using. So in Big Nickel over G, there is a cover 2 that also has one of your linemen go out into a 3-rec. And I ran that for max coverage, and I used my fastest lineman on him. Like, you have to set your stuff to be like no auto flipping and to base coverage. And then put your fastest lineman that you have in that spot. That's not an edge rusher. So for me, for the Bears, it's Roy Robertson Davis. Sorry, not Harris or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Roy Robertson Harris. That's the one. He's the fastest lineman that I got. So I put him there, and then he pops out, and he'll follow the delay fade if the delay fade comes out.
Now, if you're running that again, well, not if you're running that, but if people start to see, oh man, this isn't going to be open, are you getting that ball picked off? Are you swatting it, or are you forcing them to make a read that's not open?
Sorry, say that again. I was kind of like looking at something like.
So if people are like, man, I'm gonna try running these delay fades against Sean, you got it bagged. Do they still make that read, although they kind of see that linebacker going over there, like how I just threw that? Or do you force them to make like another throw, something that they should?
So they'll try to make it like to test that throw, right? Like they'll be like, well, it's only a lineman, so the lineman's most likely going to swat it down. However, if you use a lineman with a lot of awareness, like even using Akeem Hicks with like 96 awareness, or like using Roy Robertson Harris, who also has speed and awareness, they're going to pick it off sometimes.
They will. They will.
Yeah. Like they'll follow that delay fade when it releases, right? And then they cover the delay fade enough to the point where you can leave that crosser that's already out of bounds or whatever, or like at the edge of the field where he's no threat anymore, where another, like when one of your corners, when one of your corners come up to protect it finally because they realize nobody's down low or whatever. And then you can run over and protect it deep if like it has that much time.
I think the dumbest thing in this game is when you have everything locked down, and then all of a sudden you have legit, you'll have your deep blues playing so deep that one of those receivers can just come down and get the biggest gain in the world.
There's a way to stop that. The only thing is it requires you to move your deep blues into other types of deep blues. Like when I run cover 3, my cover 3 is not a cover 3. When I run cover 2, it's not a cover 2. When I run cover 4, it's not cover 4. I always disguise my shit. I never run stock. I'm adjusting from
Mm-hmm.
the point that the play is called to the point that you hike the ball.
Now, Sean, how did you get to that point? Was this labbing, or
Me
is this kind of you notice different
go
people
into practice mode and fucking try to do it
labbing it
as
out?
fast as you can. Keep going, and then take it into a real game. Like, I don't practice against the computer. Like, I don't use practice mode for what most people use it as, to actually lab, because practice mode is bullshit. Practice mode,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
never get the realistic stuff. All these cover 3 beaters or whatever you see on YouTube do not work in real game because they don't factor in users. Like, when you have somebody running around the field or whatever, your cover 3 that you're relying on that one dude to get open is not going to get open because, like, for instance, if you watch enough YouTube, you know exactly what that person is trying to do when you see a cover
Mm-hmm.
3 beater coming out, or a
Yeah,
cover 2
yeah.
beater or whatever. Hence why everybody in Madden 20 ran fucking, what you would call it, out routes.
And that's why I
Oh,
stopped labbing in the practice mode. And it's because I was getting a lot of stuff open, making big plays, and then when I got on regs, it's like none of it was working. So I was like, "Wow, what's going
No,
on?"
and
You
it
know?
won't. That's how YouTubers like that come up with these bullshit, like, if you do this, this is
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
happen, blah
yeah.
blah blah. And it's like, okay, but that's you in practice against no user.
mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
A user on the field takes away 2-3 routes. So, like,
And they make adjustments, different
yeah.
adjustments too. So,
Now for me, when I saw your cover 3 come out, I look at where your user is on the field. That's why, like, when I run, when I do my defense, I try not to move as much as possible with my actual user before the ball snapped, because I don't want you to know where I am. Granted, most of the time I use the same guy, but I'll also switch to a corner or something. But I'll never ever use a safety, and the reason why I never ever use a safety unless I'm in the end zone is strictly because it fucks
oh,
up all your other zones.
really?
And that's my personal opinion, because when I'm, like, just say I take my deep third, like, say I have Eddie Jackson out there and I have Gibson or whatever, and I have so-and-so out there, and I'm running a cover 3, and I take my middle third uh, safety and I start running down and I start running around the field or whatever, you're eventually also going to forget, oh fuck, I left the middle of the field open downfield. And then next thing you know, you're
Oh,
going to get smashed. I
Sean,
think
you
people
you know
use,
a lot, man.
yeah, well, I've been playing Madden's fucking probably longer than before most people were born, man.
Oh man, yeah,
That's just my personal opinion. Everybody finds it different. A lot of people use their safeties, and that's fine. Like, if you feel you can use your safety, that's good. But granted, when you take a safety and you start putting, like, your linebackers, like, let's say you want to guard the field a lot more and do, like, the Mabel, right? And you
hmm
take a safety and you use that safety, you have to remember you're leaving the field wide open down behind you. Wide open. So you better stay and cover your safety spot like you're supposed to.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't start running around the field and being dumb and trying to think that, like, you can use her everywhere, because somebody's gonna have a fucking cover 3 beater out there and they're gonna destroy you, or even just a simple straight route down the field,
And
a
they're
streak.
gonna be out there running butt naked, saying, "Please throw me the football. Please throw me the
Yeah,
football."
yeah. Now there's only one universal cover 3 beater that is out there that always works, at least for Madden 20. Um, and I'm not gonna say it because you're streaming and stuff, and I don't want
Oh yeah,
people to
yeah,
hear
that's
it.
fine.
But it's just like, and honestly, God, if you just have a brain and look at how AI acts in the game
Yeah,
and know what you
yeah.
could do to pull certain people away, you know damn well what's gonna work and what's not. That's why I come up with my own shit. Form always comes up with his own shit. Like back in Madden 20, everybody was running Big Dime.
Yep.
I never touched Big Dime. I used 3-4 bear and I used 4-6 bear under. Now, I was a beast out of those because, like, it brought immediate pressure. So even Form sort of had a tough time with it too. He goes, "I don't know what the fuck you're doing." Like when he was playing against me, because my adjustments, I'd never give them away. Like, I don't show people what I'm doing.
Holy
I don't.
cow.
Yeah. It's all also about placement too.
Yeah, yeah.
Placing your people on the field. Like, you'll see Form moving players out and stuff. those deep blues, the reason why you guys are complaining about like deep blues not acting the way they're supposed to is because you're not putting them where they're supposed to be. So if you like put a base coverage out there and your deep blues are tight in the middle, they're not really going to reach out to the far end of the field where like one of those streak beaters can beat it. So what you want to do is you want to move them a little bit out and trust that your deep third or whatever is going to guard there. And then you take what's ever in the middle.
Whoa.
What's up, Eric?
AP, what type of cheat code did you put in, man?
That was a fade.
I don't know what happened, man. It seems like your receivers just got faster all of a sudden. I know they're fast, but...
Well, it was a fade, but I pass led him more to the outside, to the left side. And you saw how wide open that left side was. I don't know if you were running man or not. I didn't look.
I didn't know if you guys were still in your party, Eric, so I didn't join because I was also, I promised Cujo I'd play him in a series there.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta start paying up for people I owe games to. I gotta play Packers, I still gotta play AP.
Oh, man, you haven't played them?
No, I wanted to play Packers yesterday. I was waiting like 3 hours for him to come online because he said he was coming on at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I was like waiting, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, so I'm gonna go play him and get it out of the way. And then he didn't go online until today, but I was sleeping today because my days and nights are fucked up.
Oh, yeah,
Because dealing with the food poisoning there kept me up all night.
God, dog. Did y'all leave a bad review? Did y'all look into it? Or, you know, like, man, we're just not going to go back there?
I honestly, God, it's too much of an issue where you can't pinpoint it or prove it.
Yeah.
So I can't, like, I could call them and be like, yeah, I ate your chicken, and then that's the only common factor that happened, and then me and my girl are pissing and puking all night. Or, you know, they're just going to say, well, what if you have the flu? You know, like, it's...
Yeah, or a bad strain of COVID. You know, that's what they'll say.
It's not a common thing, so I've eaten there before plenty of times, so I'm just gonna let it slide. I'm not gonna call and be like, I demand free food or any other shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if it happens again, then yes, I will. I'll be like, this is the second time. And then next thing you know, they'll probably be like, well, why didn't you call us the first time?
You're like, I just called the news station instead.
Nah, even if I did call the news station, it still wouldn't even... It'd be on, like, 5th page behind all the COVID shit.
Oh, man. What part of the globe is Eric on? East Coast, West Coast?
Honestly, I don't know. Where are you from, Eric? I think he is Wisconsin, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's Milwaukee, I think.
I'm Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Oh, you're that close? Okay.
Yeah, like the border is within walking distance to over into Niagara Falls, New York.
Oh, man. Let me ask you this: Have you ever run with the Jets before? Have you looked at their defense and run some stuff, or you have never been able to get into it?
I ran with the Jets, but the thing is like what Madden is to me is it's me playing as my favorite team.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if somebody grabs Green Bay against me. I'm gonna run with the team I'm best at and I know inside and out.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I did not get that.
You didn't?
No.
Oh man.
It doesn't matter.
He's from Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Throw in a little Wayne's World reference there. Milwaukee.
Yeah, I got a homie out here that's from Milwaukee, and he used to talk all this trash whenever they would beat the Cowboys, and man, everybody at work would be mad at him and stuff like that. But shout out to the Packers, man. It's like, Jesus Christ. Cowboys would get to the playoffs, we'd exit the playoffs, and it's like...
Hey, man, the Packers are doing something right.
But hopefully A-Rod can do a little something.
I don't think anymore, though.
I'd like to see the Bears, you know, to have a little dynasty going on.
I think the Packers, honestly, their time, I think, is over.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I'm
think it's
thinking the
over. Even
same.
if Rodgers is threatening retirement if he doesn't get his own way.
And is this the same for Big Ben? This is like officially his last year.
No.
Did he do a 1 year, or what did he
Well, I
do?
think he did a 1 year, but I think it's only because so everybody's tripping over these 1 year contracts now. But the
Yeah,
thing is the reason everybody's doing a 1 year is because the salary cap this year. Um, the cap goes up next year. So everybody's doing 1 year deals because then their contract expires and they can renegotiate their contract for more money.
yeah, yeah.
It's not because like 1 year and then they're out of the team. If the team just doesn't want to pay up, then or that person doesn't produce for the year, you better hope that you produce if you want to be re-signed.
I was gonna ask you a question, Sean, or where this could be for Lack, and I'm over here watching him in the comments. All right, so when he's doing some of his videos, are y'all ever in the party chats with him? Because I can hear him when he's going live, and 9 times out of 10 he's in a party with other people, but I only hear him. How does that work?
Oh, he's always ever in a party with somebody at least, like whether it's the person he's playing against, like how you do,
Is
or
it?
it's like it's usually like the always like a party of like Raiders. It'll be what should we call it? Jinx, Stacy, and stuff like that. And then like I was
Yeah, yeah.
always in them too for a little while there. And then like all the bullshit happened. Like so, this is the first party I've actually been in the last month and a half.
What? Dang.
Yeah. The guy, like when I say I haven't been playing video games for about a month and a half because my thumb got fucked up, I have not been playing video games. I tried Mortal Kombat and it felt so fucking weird. Like I'm good at
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. So, like, and I don't use for Mortal Kombat. I don't use the joystick. I use the good old D-pad
Old
because it's better
school.
for the combos.
Yeah, yeah. What system do you have it on?
I have it on Xbox Series X.
Oh man. I know the graphics are good on that.
But my favorite is MKX over MK11.
You know, that's what I was thinking of saying too. And I know for
But
Y
that's
Series.
just because I could do. That's just because I could do endless combos where you're not even gonna be able to get one off on me. They did it on purpose for 11, where you can't do combos like so that they're non-stop.
You know, I was wondering about that because I got online and played a couple games in here against people,
I'm
and they
not
just.
talking shit about your Packers, Eric. I just said I think their time is over, though. I think the Bears' time to shine. I think the Bears are going to own the NFC North this year. It's either going to be Bears or Lions.
Yeah, I don't think Mr. Kirk Cousins is. You know, I don't know if he's going to be able to hang much longer.
No, the Vikings are done for the next few years. They didn't really make very many big moves for the draft either.
Yeah, yeah.
The Packers also did a shit draft this year, but they also didn't have the best picks either. Yeah, I just think I think it's going to take Jordan Love a few years to actually like kick into being a decent quarterback if he actually produces to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's going to get a lot of hate too from a lot of people being like, "Oh, if Rodgers was in, he would have made that throw." You know, it's the same bullshit. He's gonna face a lot of criticism. You know, he has some big shoes to fill. I love you too, Eric. No, I have respect where respect is due, and the Packers definitely have been a beast in the NFL for a while. But the only thing is Rodgers always chokes when it comes to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then back in 2018, when we took over the division, when the Bears took over the division, Rodgers' receivers couldn't hang on to a ball to save their life.
Yeah, I remember that, man. I thought that game was paid off for a second. I was like, this has got to be fake.
No, I don't think a lot of people like Aaron Rodgers anymore right now because he's threatening retirement, like a little bitch. Like, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to retire. Man, just play out the final year of your contract.
Yeah, yeah.
What he's trying to do is be like, well, I could do this and get what I want. And the thing is, they don't realize that they have the Jordan Love card. So they're going to be like, eventually he was going to take over for you anyways, man. So if you want to be gone, then see ya.
Pack them bags up. Hey, it's been real.
And then he's probably going to go to like a big paying team, a big wealthy team more than likely the 49ers or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, too, because 49ers back in 05 could have taken them first overall.
Yeah.
Oh, no. What is this?
I don't know, man. I'm just happy with the A-plus draft picks that we got for the Bears.
Oh, man. Did you see this play I just ran? I need answers. Offense,
I'll
defense.
give you answers.
Nah, Broncos can't afford them.
All right, so I don't know what play this was. It was like a bubble. There's like a little bubble or whatever on the right side.
I missed it.
Or it was a handoff to the running back, and homie just takes off running with the ball.
I'm sorry, but that was golden. I did not need you scoring right there.
Had you ever seen anything like that before?
I think that was like... Hold up.
Oh.
Here, I don't mean to stream snipe, but let me go back a little bit. Like, you know...
Oh, no, you're good, man.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever looked at a stream while I was playing is like when I'm in Forms tournaments, and I'm not even watching like just say it's my game that's on the screen while he's like watching and all that stuff. I don't watch the actual thing. Like I leave it off, like the actual screen, like it's on. It shows the play button, and I only look at the chat.
Oh, I see what you did. So basically, all of your receivers, they got bunched up so bad, and then for some reason, you were able to get that throw off right there. And it just so happened that one of my defensive players, Johnson, number 28, got in the mix. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but I was thinking that I was going to be past the line of scrimmage, so I was going to get a penalty, but instead he threw it.
Yeah, nah, that wasn't above the line of scrimmage.
You put a cheat code in for that?
Yeah. I told you I pay EA
$200 a month. I tell you what, man, with all the stimulus checks we get coming in, that's not bad, man. I'd say it's worth it.
That's even if they ever do come in for you guys.
Man.
I know the Raiders are interested, but the Raiders are a wealthy team, though. Like, the Raiders are always one of those smart teams that holds back. And, like, they wait until, like, the big name comes, but they don't always take it. But, you know. I think it'd be stupid. Any team that picks up Rodgers, I think, is stupid because he's not going to stay for more than a year.
Yeah.
He's only doing this because of...
He's going to come in and be like, all right, so this is the play art I want. This is what I want, blah, blah, blah.
That's why Mike McCarthy got fired, too, I think. It's because he was trying to control the whole offense. Aaron Rodgers and...
Him and McCarthy did not get along.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what do we do? Our franchise QB or our coach? Get rid of the coach.
Ooh. Yeah, which is crazy.
And I mean, Matt LaFleur, you know, however you pronounce his name, he's not, I don't think he's like a bad coach, but I think with Mike McCarthy, I don't know.
We'll see, man. With the healthy Dak, some weapons, pray for defense, say another prayer for defense. We'll see if they can have a better season. I think Dak is going to be scared, afraid. I think he's going to be, oh my gosh, that's the Dak Prescott that I'm talking about. I had to double, check and make sure I wasn't playing with the Cowboys after that ball was released. But it's kind of like, man, when you have the leg injury that Dak has, and to me, Dak makes a lot of bad reads because he doesn't want to get hit. I'm like, okay, he exited the season due to injury. Now he's coming back. Now he has his money. We know it happens, when players get paid. We see, Zeke, all these other Odell, all these other people, man, their production starts to go down the drain. I'm like, Jesus, man. Can we do better than 8-8? We paid this guy everything in the world plus a bag of chips and a side of picante salsa. Maybe some mayo and some mustard. No bread, just cheese. So I think they'll have a good offense on Madden, but I really just want to focus on playing with a defensive team next year.
That's what I always run with is defensive teams. I don't give a fuck what I have for weapons on offense for Madden because I'll make something happen with what I got.
Yeah, yeah.
But but your defense stats is what you need. Like you need speed. You need to take linebackers off the fucking field unless you're in the end zone. And even in the end zone, they won't jump for certain balls. So you gotta like I
Oh
put in.
man.
So for instance, I put Eddie Jackson in as a linebacker when I use the Bears.
Oh wow.
Because Eddie Jackson, he has high awareness, right? So he's smart enough to pick up a run. And then I'll leave Roquan Smith in if I'm in the end zone, and sometimes for certain plays. And then I put all my like second stringers out in actual safety position because you don't really need smart safeties. You need smart corners and you need smart linebackers.
Oh man.
Yeah. Not gonna lie to you. I mean, back in Madden 20, I used the 49ers. And then this year, at the beginning of the year, I was starting to play with these random teams, like the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was liking their defense. And I swear to God, a week or
Oh my
or
gosh.
so, like a few weeks before everyone was using them, I was like, hey, you know what? I kind of like the Green Bay Packers. They're kind of cool to use.
Oh, go ahead.
And then what you call it? And then all of a sudden, I'm getting all this hate. Oh man, you are using the, you know how the PlayStation parties, if you're like good at the game or you do something to irk people, they're just gonna start hating on you. So that's what I got. But the thing is, my difference is that I will not run press man against anybody, and
Which is crazy.
I've never even been one to run man in the first place.
I'm so sick of fucking Green Bay Packers press man. Like I'm so sick of it. And it's not that I can't beat it. It's like it's just
How
so
realistic
annoying
is
because
it?
It's so cheesy.
they have no like and then they message you or whatever if you do lose and then they call you out like saying, "Oh, you're trash, blah blah blah." And it's like, "Bitch, you fucking ran press man. You relied on the computer to do everything for you."
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like when I play against anybody, I really want my adjustments to be the deciding factor. I don't want no bailouts. I don't want to have any of that. I want to have a clean game where my adjustments do really win me the game on defense.
Whew.
Yeah, same. I want my adjustments define who I am. Like when I play people, like I'll adjust to it and everything like that. Like Raider, like when I played Raider, he was owning me in the first part of the game because I obviously like he quick hiked me everything up the field. Like he never took time off or anything. It was quick hike all the way up the field. And then with the Packers too, they don't get tired fast. So
They don't.
you're basically destroying my defense by quick hiking. And then it was like he was running a trips formation. So you need adjustments to handle that. So eventually I found the adjustments and I picked them off like 3-4 times or something like that. And I was starting to come back and everything, but it was a little too late. Like I lost by like a touchdown and a touchdown minimum, but it was like a touchdown 3 points, I think.
Yeah, just something around there.
But I was like, yeah, and then he was running like the Mike Blitz or whatever the hell it was, like the 3-3-5 wide like audible down thing. And I'm not trashing whatsoever. Like he got me, he won the game. But like if I was to play against that again, I wouldn't lose against it again because now I know what he does. But that's the thing, right? When you play somebody in regs, you don't know how they play unless you know the name and like somebody
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
YouTuber matched up with
You
them.
get that one time to make the real adjustments,
Yeah,
and
but also one game doesn't define you either. Like,
exactly
yeah.
that. You see, like me,
But
I will
Raider is a
get.
good player, though. Raider is a good player. Like, I'm
He
not going to
is.
deny him. But I thought he was like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, running the meta bullshit, Green Bay Packers, I'm
Oh
going to do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Technically, he did
Mhm.
run the meta against me. But, I adjusted to it. Like, I didn't do bad against him. My problem was I fucking picked a really stupid offensive book to use against him. I used my Washington book when I should have used either my Tampa Bay book or I should have used my Bears book because I used the actual Bears book too.
Mhm. Yeah. I think for me, I think I do also get like a lot of crap, like per se, because I like to, use the defense, like, have them catch up to like receivers downfield, and everyone's mad because like, oh, he suddenly turbo boosted, he did that, and then it's like, I mean, the game did that, not me. Like, I didn't put anything in to make that happen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, like for me, too, like I played Dre Slay. Like I've lost against Dre Slay once, but honest to God, that night that I was playing him, that I lost against him, I just started goofing around and I was kind of being not a dick towards him. Just I was like, I threw stupid balls um
yeah.
and like he was in a real bad mood from earlier. So for me, I'm a very empathetic person. So if I'm playing somebody that I know is in a bad mood and I'm like friends with you or something like that, like I want to cheer you up. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
purposely started making stupid throws to allow him to like come back and stuff. And I even messaged him and told him, I'm like, I didn't play the greatest either against you, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, I really didn't want you being miserable. And then he told me, it's just like, I want you to play your full your full thing against me, because what pisses me off too is when people don't. And
Mhm.
like, because people are like in the chat and they're like, oh, Sean's gonna crush him, blah blah blah. And like, I did win. So Dre said, like I said, we played 3 times. I played 1-on-1 with him the first time I beat him.
Mhm.
Like I,
I
I
remember
crushed him.
that. Yeah.
And then I played him the second time, but the second time I played him was me and Jess tag teamed him. So
Ah.
she played offense and I played defense.
Oh.
So I beat him basically on defense alone because that was Jess's first online game ever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then
Who'd she play with? The Bears?
is the Packers,
Oh, Packers. Okay,
just to
okay.
give her the best chance possible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like on defense, like I beat Dre alone just on defense then. And then the third time we played, I was like drunk, but also at the same time he was really pissed off. So I didn't want to be in that environment. Like it really bugs me when I see people like pissed off and shit. Like, yeah, let's play. Like, fuck it, I'm not really in the mood, but let's play. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's that kind of thing where I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I made stupid throws on purpose and everything. Also, drinking didn't help, but I wanted him to. I wanted him to like lighten up and everything too, and he did. As soon as he started getting picks and stuff, he lightened up, and that's what I wanted. And then like the end of the game, I played again, like back to my full potential, and then it was a close game. I lost, but it was a close game.
I think what it is with this game is that there's a few things that go the opponent's way or they do things right. It's like, you know what? I don't really care if I lose,
Yeah,
or whatever. It's I know what this game is, that the current game you play,
yeah,
and like if I'm winning a game and I know it's kind of based off some BS I got, I
yeah.
won't be 100% like woohoo,
Oh
good
yeah,
for
no,
me.
like same thing like when I was just playing Cujo for the first one and we played fucking hot potato for a minute there with
Oh
the
man.
ball, and I got lucky because Robinson caught it again. Like
Hmm.
I was so
shit like
pissed.
that shit like that should have been an easy pick 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I threw that on accident too because my thing is bouncing back and forth from Xbox controller to PlayStation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The
Yeah.
X is different, right? So I pressed square, or sorry, I pressed my X thinking it was square, and
Oh
then
man.
and next thing you know, fucking because X is square on Xbox.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So so I saw X, or sorry, I saw X and I pressed square, and then it was I was like, oh, pick for sure.
Yeah.
I
It's
needed
like
that
that.
pick.
Yeah.
It's like that muscle memory. Like, you know,
Yeah,
you,
yeah, that's it.
not only that, but you see X and you automatically think that it's on the side of your like rotations of buttons, even though it's on the bottom for
Yeah,
PlayStation.
yeah, because I
Mhm.
was gonna throw to my tight end, but like I saw
Mhm.
X go up, and then like I hit square on accident, and it went all the way to the opposite side of the
Yeah.
field. And which was funny because I was purposely putting all my power on that side of the field to take away all his receivers and safeties, so it would leave open the middle of the field, and the tight end could come in. And yeah,
Mhm. And that's how the game did it.
yeah. And then I think Eric and I only ever played once, right, Eric? We only played ever once, right? And he was Green Bay and I was the Bears, and I lost to him only by 3 points. But once again, too, I was hammered that night. Like I was hammered as fuck. And he knew it
Yeah.
too. We said it straight up. I was like, I'm entering this game hammered. It was like 3 a.m. It was his last streaming game of the night.
Yeah. Honestly, like if we ever play like anytime soon, let's just try to play like kind of early into the evening or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, no, it's not like I get loaded every night or anything
No,
like that.
no,
Like,
I'm sure you don't. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't seem like that type of dude. It's just every now and then kind of thing.
yeah, like I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, we'll play, and like blah blah blah, and then like I'll have some drinks in me and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
not bad when I drink. I'm really not. Like
No, I
I
know.
just I just don't care as much, so I throw stupid reads on purpose. Like I'll be like,
hmm
fuck it for the content, even though I'm not recording.
And then you're
Well,
like, now
it's
it's
just
time to come
more.
back.
Yeah. No, Eric and I had a good game. That was like at 3 in the morning, me drunk as fuck. Raider, and I've never been blown out in Madden 21. Never have I ever been blown out.
Dang.
It's always been close games, even when I couldn't figure out what the person is doing. Like Raider, he still didn't blow me out. Raider was like a touchdown and maybe 3 points above it. I know it was a close
Yeah.
game between me and Raider because once we were done and I went in the party later on, Stacy, because he's a good Madden player too, he just doesn't play very often. He was just like, Sean, I'm not ready to play sweat like that, man. Because he saw, like, I guess they're like listening to my game or something
Oh
like that.
yeah,
That whole
yeah.
party. That
Yeah.
was the first party I actually ever joined when Eric and all them were in it, and they were all just like, man, like, that, Sean, I'm not ready to play against that. I'm not ready to play against that.
What
But
who
I'm
does
not
Stacy play with?
usually like with like he's like I think like retired from Madden now. I don't think he plays it very often. He will play, but he usually plays like things like if all of
Superstar
us are
KO.
if all of us are together and do Superstar KO or whatever. Or like franchise or something like that. But I had to bail from our franchise before because that's when shit started really going downhill with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
So
like, there's a lot of people in Dre's community and just any community in general, like these little party communities that, like, for the first time I'll ever play them, and then like I either, you know, like I really blow them out or something, and then Dre or whoever like, sent me to them. It'll be like, damn, bro, like, like it's kind of like that kind of thing. It's like you're always striving to try to make a point into the community. Like, how good are you in that community of yours?
well, like I played Dre and like I crushed him the first time I played him, like crushed him, like decimated him, and then the second time we played like with this tag team, and then like I still like beat him by like 3 touchdowns, and I was on defense alone. It was like 3 picks for pick sixes.
Yeah.
Because Jess couldn't score on offense because it was her first time, so she was using just a slot offset.
Yeah.
So then he started like telling people like, "Oh, Sean's a sweat," like, but not like in a rude way. Like, sweat can be taken
No,
two
I
ways.
know.
Like, people take the game too serious or another. And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, no, I've been playing Madden enough to know how it's gonna act. You know,
Yeah.
I watch YouTube to watch the metas to know what I'm facing. I don't watch it to be like, oh, this is what I'm gonna run.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like he started saying like I was a sweat, and then next thing you know, like everybody wanted games against me, and like I had a lineup of people like being like, I want smoke with Sean or whatever, and then they caught me during my bag streak. They caught
Yeah,
me
yeah.
during my bad streak where I was still going through shit, but I was like, fuck it, I'll just play. So that's
Yeah.
like the game against Raider where I lost and stuff, and then like I think I faced who was it? I played. Well, we call him Asher, but his name is never
Never
checked
checked out.
down.
Yeah.
So I played him the
Oh,
first
they're
time,
the
and
same
I
person.
beat
Okay.
him. Yeah, I beat him the first time, but then we played again. And he beat me, but like it was also during like when I'm going through shit, and then like we played franchise, and I got my ass kicked in franchise.
Yeah.
Also because my draft sucked, but
Not
at
only
the
that,
same
but
at
go
the
ahead.
same
Go ahead.
time, just my head's not in the game, right? Like I'm not
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about the game. I'm thinking about life.
Mhm.
So I just try to play
Yeah.
the game to keep my mind off of shit. So then like I'm sure like people like I'm not saying like Asher himself or anything, but like just in general, like it's like, well, Sean ain't that good at the game or anything. But
Yeah. Well, the people I played and like I've blown them out. Like I think there's I don't like to call anybody out, but there's a lot of people I think in Dre's community, especially, they'll blow out Dre, and then they'll blow out a few people. They'll be like, "Who wants smoke with me?" And then I'll be like, "Hey, you know what? Add my PlayStation, my PSN AP, FAV13," and then we
yeah,
play.
yeah, Eric, I did play Chris, and I lost to Chris the second time we played. Once again during all the bullshit, and then I beat Lynn. We only ever played once. I beat him, and then I
Dang.
actually labbed with him. And same thing with Chris too. Like I showed them offense and stuff like that because I labbed with them and I taught them like the insides and out of Madden, like how to make your reads better and shit. But yeah, I played Chris, beat him, and then we labbed. And then Chris played me again another time one night, and I was like hammered, and then yeah,
Yeah.
I lost to him, but I was also like drinking a lot because I was going through shit. And then Lynn I beat the first time we ever played, and the only time we ever played. Then I labbed with him and I taught him shit.
Yeah, but what you call it? Honestly, like for
But you are right about Dre's community though. Like everybody wants smoke, and then they think if they beat you once or something like that, it's like, they're shit. Like I beat this person, blah blah blah. And it's like one game doesn't define it. Number one, like I could.
Exactly.
And I'm like, no, that's why like I always believe in like at least a best out of 3 series.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And Dre picks certain teams, and other players pick crazy teams, and I respect Dre
Hey,
for
when he
picking the
picked
teams
the
that he
Jets,
picks.
when he picked the Jets, when he faced Raider,
Yeah.
and he almost won. Or sorry, no, who was it against? Pup with the cut.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
And
And he had the
Pup with the
Bucks.
cut is actually decent at Madden. Like he's actually pretty good. And
Yeah.
he had the Bucks, and he played him with the Jets and fucking held his own. Like I'm like, wow, like Dre, man, like you came a long way, dude.
Who did Papa with the cut? Who did he play with last year? Because I played him and D Thunder. D Thunder I think ran with the Titans at the time, and I don't remember who Papa with the cut ran with. I don't think it was the Bucks last year. I know he does a lot of
Pop up
Bucks.
with the cut. Pop up with the cut. I think was like 49ers last year or some shit. Like it was one of the meta teams. He always
Yeah,
runs
yeah.
with the meta team.
Yeah.
Whew, and he gets a crazy ton of games in too.
No shit talking. Like if you're good with a meta team, you're good with a meta team.
Yeah,
hmm It's just
But
a general statement.
I'm an 80 overall player. Like the only time I really enter forms tournaments are when it's like 80 and under.
yeah. 80 and below, yeah.
Like that's my calling. Like or like well now the Bears are like 83, but like 85 and under or something like that. Like I have always played with 80 overalls and maybe top 85, but like I've never touched. Like I suck with Green Bay. I can't play with Green Bay because I don't know how to. This is no offense to people who do play with Green Bay, but like I just I can't play as a piece of shit person. And I'm not saying people who play as Green Bay are pieces of shit. I'm just saying, like, I can't play with that mentality where I want to be cheap. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Green
Yeah.
Bay players are, but I'm just saying, like, it helps too. Like, a lot of Green Bay players, they do play cheesy on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean,
Eric
go ahead.
Eric plays really good. Same thing with another person named Quit Now. He's in forum streams a lot. Quit Now 93. He has the most amazing pocket presence I've ever fucking seen. He runs with the Cardinals.
What do you think that is? I've seen players like that with the Ravens, and I'm like, I don't know what makes them different than other people, and I'll try to
Used
get to
in this
them.
team.
Honestly, it's just like your knowledge of football and stuff too. Like how we were talking about earlier with the meta bullshit. People go on YouTube and they see all this shit, and then that's all they fucking run, or they implement it into their own stuff, like this rollout garbage. And it pisses me off because it's
Raw
like,
corners.
especially in Madden 20, because it brought down your safeties and all that shit and corners.
I hated that so much. But yeah, like I think the thing that like I'll use you as a example, Cujo,
Yeah.
because we played. But
Oh yeah.
when I played with, you were the Chiefs and I was the Packers, I'm sure you were probably expecting me to man press you the whole game.
I
I'm sure.
was. And that's my strategy going into that game. I was thinking, man, I know they run a lot of man to
But
man. I
you
know
know
he's gonna
what?
be.
You know what though? People who do use the Packers that don't run press man, you notice you have a better chance against them because they play more evenly. Yeah, and like a Gunslinger is still always a fucking killer. I have so many videos where I think Gunslinger is so broken because, for instance, I was playing this one dude and Aaron Rodgers was in the end zone. I had him backed up to his end zone, and my dude's coming in straight full force at him to tackle him, and as soon as you could tell the guy hit the button, as soon as that, my guy bailed off of him and ran away, and
What?
the ball still had a solid 2 seconds to leave his hand.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Also,
Honestly,
Jess, what did you say? Oh yeah, there's also Madden players like Ciabatta that act like they're the coach.
Ciabatta's something else.
Ciabatta is so fucking entertaining. He is garbage at Madden, but he is entertaining.
I love when you do it, Cujo, when you're pretending like you're like one of the players or something.
Man, and that's one thing that like got me to start doing YouTube. I was like, man, I'm so hyped up. I'm so live and happy to be playing this game, and I got different personalities. I need to start recording myself. But usually I'm in a mood to play Madden and the stream and go live, and by the time I'm actually here after working or doing whatever, I'm just drained. I'm like, man, I gotta get these games in or whatever. But I plan on doing some more live streams and stuff on my off days.
I'm
And
gonna look at what my computer has, and I'm probably gonna just do like Twitch streaming for a little while because the computer can handle Twitch streaming.
yeah.
So I'm probably gonna do Twitch and stuff like that, and I don't really want to stream to YouTube because I think Twitch has a better platform for streaming. Number one, you can play music you want to, but number two, more people skim through Twitch than they do YouTube because unless you have a name for yourself, you don't
Yeah.
pop up in the algorithm, so nobody can come across you like how they can with Twitch.
Yeah.
But my ultimate thing, and Form says it too, is like what I think people should do is multi-stream. Like you can set it up where you stream to YouTube and Facebook YouTube, Facebook, and even Twitch all at the same time.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And then but that's the thing, you have like 3 different chats to look at and stuff too. So if you don't pay attention to your chats too, people will fuck off.
And that's
Like,
one
yeah.
thing I can say Form is really good at. He's so good at the game. Whoever he's playing against making all his adjustments. He's reading 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 comments, responding back to him. He done missed setting up his adjustments, and then he somehow gets the ball off, and I'll shoot him a message like, oh, it's like that? He's like, yeah, Cujo, we're just chilling today. I'm thinking, God almighty, this is crazy.
You
Yeah.
can stream on Facebook, Eric, by what it is Facebook has their own platform too, and Facebook actually makes you the most money out of all 3 platforms, to be honest.
That's what I was thinking.
So many people, like, for fuck's sakes, I was on Facebook the other day and I ran into a stream where a dude is driving a fucking
Truck,
AI truck.
18-wheeler. Yeah.
Yeah. And he had like 9.7K viewers, and I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. If I can watch like a fat hick drive around in a truck and make money and get bits and all this stuff, but I can't, but like I see all these people like giving out real content and stuff like that, and they have like 3 viewers or something. That pissed me off. And no, I'm not as a body shaming or any shit like that. I'm just saying, like, you know,
That's
you have
crazy.
these people, like, this guy looks like he's on crack, and he's like driving a fucking truck.
Yes. I've run across that dude, and I don't know what it is about. I think really right now Facebook gaming is booming. I mean, I've followed a couple people just to see how their channels go. There's this dude, I don't know his name. It's something Houston Gaming Madden, whatever. He runs with the Bengals. I kid you not, February he had 841 subscribers, and now he's got 15,000. And it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Facebook
it
is
is
where it's
about
at if you
Facebook.
want
People
a
just
name.
tune in. Yeah.
Although the only reason Form doesn't go to Facebook is because all of his OG subscribers don't go to Facebook to watch him.
Okay.
So he sticks with so he loves Twitch the most because he can play his music, right?
Yeah.
For me, I want to start off on Twitch because I'm just gonna vibe. Like, I'm not in it for the money just yet. Like, Jess is gonna be doing it for the money because, like, fuck, like, Jess with her big knockers and everything like that, she's gonna make a killing. But
She's trying to retire and live a happy life.
that's just all the simps. That's all the simps that are gonna go on and watch her play and everything like that.
Hey, I kid you not, man.
Even her just hopping into like a Madden stream, like Form stream, like you have all these guys message her and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying everybody's a sicko or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. But I'm just saying, like, women that play games get the bigger
have the advantage. Yeah. And that's why I was on Twitch and stepped out, took my dog outside, came back. And, you know, I don't know what channel I was on, but we're at a pool and everybody's in their bikinis and stuff. I said, dang, how'd I get off of Twitch? And then I see the comment bar.
All those just chatting channels where these fucking broads are in the hot tub riding a fucking big banana inflatable and they're making, like, bank.
20,000 people, 15,000 people in the chats. And I was like, I thought Twitch was strictly just gaming. So I was like, how the heck did I get on this? And, you know, it's just crazy that, I mean, they got a little headset on. They're not even gaming. They're just talking about life and comments and writing names and stuff on their arms and all this crazy stuff. Eric's out.
Good night, Eric.
But yeah, also where Jess also has a one up too is, like, she also is knowledgeable about football.
Mm-hmm.
She's not like one of those girls that just watches it and like, yay, touchdown!
Yeah.
like
Tom Brady just got a pick six.
Tom Brady just ran the ball in.
Yeah, he's a cornerback.
Granted, though, she knows mostly shit about the Bears, though. But, like, honest to God, what more can you expect, like, from a woman that wants to watch football? Like, you know, she knows players.
Yeah.
Eric says good night. And I'm not saying women or anything, so anybody watching this, please do not think I don't think women can't know about football. I'm saying, like, that's basically as little as you can ask for somebody that wants to actually watch football for football.
Next thing you know, we just see a bunch of hashtag cancel Sean because he decided to make these comments.
No. That's my thing. That's the thing. That's the fucked up thing about the internet nowadays, though, is people will clip that and they'll make it sound like I said women can't watch football, and then, without any context. And even there, right there, they'll just clip that one part and they'll be like, "He said that."
Yeah, bro.
Hello?
Oh, I think you muted yourself.
Oh,
My
man.
bad. I accidentally, But the thing is, like, my generation, obviously Generation Z, it's a crazy world out here, bro, with this generation. Like, I'm not saying
Hey, at least you still have, like, a full fucking world ahead of you. Like, I'm in the middle. I'm 33.
Whew.
And, like, I never really had a childhood, though. Like, not anything like towards my mom or any bullshit like that. It was more so like I was like bullied in school and shit. So I hated when I was younger. Like
Yeah.
I hated it. And then like when I finally started becoming comfortable and everything like that, when I left high school, that's like basically when my life officially started. So
Yeah.
and now like all this shit's happening with like COVID and everything. I'm like, wow, this is one for the books, man.
Life is
Hence my comments earlier where I'm like, my honest opinion with everybody's stance on COVID and all that stuff, not to bring it into COVID and I don't want to keep it in COVID or anything like that. It's just like, I don't judge people for what they want to do. You know what I mean? If you want to approach it how you want to approach it, all the power to you, because life is short, man. Like, I've been around death so much this past year where I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit at home and waste my life just to make you feel more comfortable. I'm not saying like I'm going to go and break the rules. I'm obviously going to do sanitizing and all that shit. Like, I just meant like safely. As long as people are safe about it, you know. I'm not defending about the idiots either, though, that are especially like, I'm going out and I'm gonna fucking like breathe in someone's face and cough in someone's face and just be a dick for being a dick. I don't condone that. So that doesn't include in my thing about saying like, do you?
Yeah. I don't
To
know,
clarify.
Yeah. But no, it's just crazy to think that, you know, I'm already halfway through high school and I feel like I just started it too. Like, it's crazy because the ninth grade year, you know, obviously last year when all this stuff happened, it was just kind of crazy because it was in the middle of March and, you know, I was like, oh, you know, we're going to end the year off, you know, on this summer vacation and then everything will be normal in August, you know.
Hey, I could give a shit less if things are still closed down somewhat around here and all that stuff.